you found TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. In just a few minutes, we'll be right with you with another award-winning, action-packed edition of your Tony Basilio Show.
Listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Do you feel like I do? Do you feel? Do you feel like I do? Do you feel like I do? I'll say this, Matt Dixon, you kind of feel like I do, don't you? We let one get away Saturday, Matt. That kind of sucks. I mean, thinking about that, we did everything but win the game, man. Gosh. Where are you, Matt? Talk to me. Oh, I had you turned down. I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead. My bad. It's funny. I'm looking at the board and I'm going, well, that's turned down. I don't think Matt's going to be able to get in there. Matt, we did everything but win the game on Saturday. And by the way, Watson Brown's going to go a day early today. So it's a John Adams Tuesday presented by Jennifer Morris. Next move, SmokyMountains.com. Matt, that is a type of loss, so really, no kidding, that kind of sticks with you.
Yeah. Absolutely. You played more than well enough to win, really deserved the win, and you just didn't. Really frustrating. You played a lot better than I think anybody expected you to, especially offensively, and scored 38 points against a Kirby Smart defense. That should have been enough to win the game, and it wasn't.
John, so, did you know, John, Tennessee had that in them going into that game?
No, you couldn't tell. It was because there were so many question marks on offense. And the first two games really didn't give us any insight into how good or bad the team might be. Mm-hmm. But I just thought, to put up that many points on a Kirby Smart defense, it's a real testament to the offense and to Josh Heupel's game plan going. He had a real plan of attack. I came away from that game thinking Tennessee is better than I thought it was.
Yeah, me too.
And I just think, and we talked about this after the game, but I just think I give a lot of credit to the opposition sometimes, and this was one of those cases. I just don't think many teams would come back the way Georgia did from the way the game started. Georgia was overwhelmed at the outset, but it didn't cave. It just bounced back. The game reminded me a lot of Ohio State, Georgia semifinal game. Georgia won on the way to the national championship game. Really kind of thought Ohio State outplayed Georgia for much of the game, but Georgia came back there at the end, pulled it out. Ohio State missed a field goal, and Georgia eventually won and went on to win a national championship.
You know, Matt, the thought I can't shake is the wide open nature of the Southeastern Conference. I don't know if we've ever seen it like this. Now, Colombo called in yesterday, and we have a thing on the blog today that Vegas thinks the top three teams in college football are the three teams in the Big Ten, which makes sense from a Vegas standpoint because it's about liability, right? As I was exchanging texts with the great Nashville Lee yesterday, it makes complete sense when you think about liability, because we literally have a league right now where everybody is going to beat on everybody for the rest of the year. And now that we know Texas, is not an elite team because they don't have good enough quarterback play to be an elite team, even though they've got a great team around that kid. They just don't have enough for us to call them elite at quarterback. So this thing is wide open, y'all. I mean, it's wide open. And I wake up today going, why couldn't Tennessee be one of the top 2 or 3 or 4 teams at the end of the year? Because I don't know that there's an elite team in the deal. Georgia did not look elite to me the other day. Georgia's secondary, that was not elite secondary play.
They didn't.
I didn't think they looked.
You don't
elite.
think?
No.
You don't think they're elite in this year's college football?
No.
I sure do.
No.
Well,
they're. I mean, unless Alabama beats them in 2 weeks, I'm not sure who beats them.
I think Alabama's going to
look
beat
at their
them.
schedule.
Yeah, I think Alabama's going to beat them, and I think it's going to set a.
So then they go 11-1.
Where there's a bunch
That's
of pretty
still
good
a pretty
teams
dang
out
elite
there.
team to me.
I think Alabama's offensive line is the most overrated unit in the SEC.
Oh, that could be a fun
Picked
game.
as number one in
Yep.
the preseason to have the number one offensive line nationally. They don't run block. Alabama can't run the ball.
Mhm.
So Ty Simpson's looked great the last 2 games.
Mhm.
But again,
Who you playing?
exactly.
Mhm.
You got to go back to that Florida State game.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it was matched up against comparable talent,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really hammered in that game. I mean, it wasn't a close game. So yeah, I think when you say elite team, it's harder for anybody to be as elite. Those 2 back-to-back national championship Georgia teams could be the last elite teams we see maybe in college football. Now, Ohio State looked really elite last year in the playoffs. Didn't play that way the whole season. It's going to be hard to you look at all these teams. Texas, good defense. Arch Manning struggling. But I don't like Texas's offensive line play that much. I mean, it scored 24 points on UTEP.
Struggling.
Forget the fact that Arch Manning didn't throw the ball well.
Struggling.
Why can't you just line up and run the ball like New Mexico did against UCLA and former coach Deshaun Foster? Had to throw that out there.
By the way, there are rumors out there that Nico's family's already contacted at least 4 Division I teams. So I hope. Because did Nico not have a camera crew and they did a documentary on him when he was here, Matt? I really hope against hope that they're dropping some film on this on their first month here at UCLA when they cash it out at midseason.
He can play one more game and then take his red shirt. I guess all players at UCLA and Virginia Tech are free to transfer now.
Yes.
The coaches got fired.
Yeah, I wonder.
Wow.
I wonder if they thought about that.
The school should have waited till they played 4 games.
I wonder why. The ads didn't think that out. That's just stupid. It's not like it's going to matter whether they put an interim coach in for Deshaun Foster. I just that was really odd.
Tennessee did so much great stuff. I mean, so many beautiful things Saturday to still lose a game. We can argue this. I don't think Georgia's an elite football. I don't know that there's an elite team out there. I guess is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
And that's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
But when I watch a team, when you throw the ball up in the air 3 times and their DBs fall down, they do not look elite to me. That did not look like an elite football team. Now, I'll give them a lot of credit. They had the heart of a champion, and coming back and that catch and throw on 4th and 6 is one of the. Like Bino said, that's got to be one of the best plays ever made in Neyland Stadium, for the time and the spot and the pressure on everybody involved, and the coverage from Tennessee was good on that. It wasn't like he was wide open. I mean, it was just a great throw into a great window. And then, by the way, I got some stuff on the Danny White deal. Let me tell you this: Tennessee's horrified by what went on their campus the other day. Danny White's horrified by it. Horrified by it. Hold your phone calls. Watson Brown's going to join, presented by Simpson's Meats. John Adams is here, presented by Jennifer Morris, nextmovesmokymountains.com. Danny White is horrified. They know they're very fortunate that they didn't have a real incident the other day, talking to people yesterday. Now, I'm trying to dig down on this thing. They're horrified over it, okay? Like, as in horrified.
Were they? Do you think they were horrified over what happened?
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long. It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marco Scarza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Tony B back with you. You know, a little dead air for effect. You know what I mean? Fact. Little dead air for effect. Boy, Tennessee really. And I was talking to Watson Brown, who joins us. It's a Wednesday with Watson on a Tuesday. Kind of humor me here. It's a Wednesday with Watson on a Tuesday. And listen, Watson, you and I were talking off the air, and you're presented by Simpson's Meats. That Saturday was, from your perspective, a coach, how long, because the fan base is kind of hung over from that, how long does one of those stay with you as a coach?
If you want the real truth, it never leaves you. It's there your whole life. I can vividly remember those top plays and plays in those games, especially if we lost, over the wins, and it never goes away. You got to go on, and you do, and you do, because the competitiveness of the next one just starts hitting you in the face, and it don't matter who it is. That's what you do, but it never goes away. Never.
Watson, why is it in the sport of football particularly that the losses stay with you more than the wins elevate you? Why is that sport like that? It feels like that sport is like that.
I think because it's just, when you lose a close one, you second guess so much as a coach. If you get beat by 30, you don't second guess anything. You just go on to the next one. But when you lose a close one, you second guess so much. And everybody puts so much into the young man missing the field goal. It's the first one he'd had like that. It's tough. But the coach don't think about it that way. He goes back and he says, God, if we'd have done this, if this play I called here had worked, if we had just caught this ball. I mean, that's what you do as a coach. Coaches know it's not just that last play. I mean, there's so many plays that would have made that last play not even have to be there if you make a play here or a play there. So that's what happens in a coach's mind. That's when you second guess. You don't second guess wins. You second guess close losses, especially big game close losses.
The thing I can't get over, Watson, is how you can be as good as Tennessee was in the first quarter. And I want you to unpack this for us as Watson Brown joins. It's a Wednesday with Watson Brown on a Tuesday, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. Watson's got to be somewhere tomorrow. I honor him. I love him. He's helping out with a great cause, and he's my man. That first quarter, Tennessee came out in a league game and did something that's never been done before. I mean, the level of play, the level of execution Walk me through what you saw schematically and some of the stuff that Josh did that maybe he hasn't done to past Kirby teams. If you can walk us through that, Watson.
Yeah, they were more of this year's offense. It wasn't last year at all. They weren't spread from sideline to sideline. They were in not tight sets, but tighter sets. And there wasn't the run pass option stuff that we've seen out of Josh for the however many years. This was play action pass, and it's all scripted. Whether you're calling it off of a script or you just know in your mind the plays you're going to run early in the game, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's all scripted, and you practice that script a lot, especially on Thursday. Getting ready for that's your real last practice, other than walkthroughs and stuff before the Saturday game. And man, he had it scripted. A lot of different looks, a lot of different play actions, protections are a little different. I mean, he threw a bunch of stuff at them, and it's all open. It was all open, and the quarterback was on time and targeted, and receivers making plays. That's what happened, and it worked. Everything they had put in and scripted for this game, and there were a lot of new looks and play actions early in the game, and they were hot. They were on, and Georgia couldn't catch their breath, and he's going fast, and it's easy to go fast working off a script. It's harder to go fast as you get into the game and you got to make adjustments. Now you're having to think about what you're going to call next, when in your mind it's scripted. This is the next play action I'm going to. This is the next run I'm going to. It's all been scripted out. So I think it's much harder to call plays in a short period of time when you're going fast than when you're in the huddle, when you're making adjustments as you go.
Watson, was that entire first quarter scripted? Is that what happened there? Because they saved the best for last.
Absolutely it was.
Yeah, because when they pulled that All-American safety out of position with that eye candy, and he bit
it's all game plan scripted through the week, probably for the last month. You work on a lot of this stuff even in the spring and the summer, getting ready to play your rivals that you've studied and you've studied and you've studied. So, yeah, even though it might not have been read off of a script, like I say, the play caller, whether it's Josh or whoever, you know in your mind, I was never a script guy, but I had a scripted 20-25 plays that I just knew in my mind that I'm going to. Here's the first play action I'm going to. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. And when it's time to call that, that's what you do. I never liked scripts because it didn't always just fit the down and distance. And but I did script in my mind a list of 5 or 6 play action passes. Here's the first 3 or 4 runs I'm going to run. I'm going to give them a bunch of looks. Here's all the looks I'm running early in the game. In the first 20 plays, I want to give them these 20 looks to see how they adjust to them, whatever. There's a lot that goes into that, Tony. I would promise you, however you script it out, it's scripted out.
The great Watson Brown joining. It is a Wednesday with Watson Brown on a Tuesday, presented by Simpson's Meats, who raise and sources their meat from farms on pasture on purpose, comfortably. That's a family tradition, began in 1888 on Jim Simpson's farm. And look, whether it's steaks or burgers or sausages, as we say in Italiano, zazic, whether it's roast or chickens, they've got a variety of local offerings at their butcher shop. Milk, honey, jam, eggs, and more. You go by, tell them we sent you. And for those listening around the world, you can get it sent to you anywhere in the world. They do it every day. And I was talking to Sam Bruce last week. He said, Tony, there are more people that listen to your freaking show. You have kept us so busy. So thank you. Thank you for that. And you will taste the difference. You better darn tootin', you will taste the difference with Simpson's Meats, because there's no antibiotics. They don't shoot the stuff. I mean, you're getting the real deal, holy feel. And they're online at simpsonsmeats.com. John Adams, jump in here with the great Watson Brown. It's legend on legend.
Thanks, Tony. Watson, going into the season, so many really accomplished quarterbacks in the SEC. A lot of them really projected to do well in the pros. High draft picks: Garrett Nussmeier, Arch Manning, Lenora Sellers, DJ Lagway, bunch of guys, John Mateer. But in this game, Joey Aguilar for Tennessee, just a true rags to riches story. And Gunnar Stockton, about whom there were all kind of questions going into this season. Like, well, he's a pretty good runner, but I don't know if he can throw well enough. What was your impression of the way those two quarterbacks played in a really big time game on a big stage?
John, I'll pat myself on the back, and good to talk to you. Been talking with you for many, many, many years, but I told Tony and them last week. I said the one thing that's going to happen that won't be a factor is both of these quarterbacks are going to play great. They are both going to play great in this game. They're both winners. They're both tougher nails. They're both highly competitive. And I said they'll balance each other out. And by golly, that's pretty much what happened. I thought Gunnar proved what he is. He's a winner. He'll figure out a way. He'll figure out a way to win a game, and that's the first time when he had to go in the playoff game. He did great, but he didn't hardly throw it well enough. He made some. Well, the winning throw of the game, there's no doubt, is the slot fade onto the inside receiver.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, that ball is, if that ball is 3 inches off more than it was, it's not caught because the man is covered fantastically well. And the same with Joey. They're winners, and winners find ways to win games. And it ain't always, to me, John, just physical ability. It's other things that rubs off on the team. I think that's going on at Vanderbilt right now. I mean, there's more than just the physical play involved in a great quarterback and winning games. And those two kids have got it, and they're going to have it. They'll have it all year long if they stay healthy.
Watson, when coaches are on the recruiting trail, the top programs with plenty of resources, they go after the big arm guys, the 5-star guys, the guys that are projected to play at the next level on Sunday, on and on. But what we're seeing a lot now is those kind of guys, the big arm guys, don't necessarily move the needle as much in college football. And sometimes I wonder, particularly in this transfer portal era, if you might not be better off every year going into that portal and getting you a seasoned quarterback that you already know what he can do, and you know what his intangibles are, and you get one of those guys every year and say he's got one and done type quarterbacks. What do you think of that?
John, I think you're seeing it. I mean, wasn't it last year in the national championship? It was Ohio State and who? I forget. But Ohio State transfer quarterback.
Both of them, Riley Leonard with Notre Dame and Will Howard with Ohio State.
That's what I was trying to say.
1-year guys. And by the way,
one
a 3-star, one a 4-star. Hey, Watson, a guy sent me an email today that's over on the blog at tclub.team. The last 5-star quarterback to win a national championship, which is kind of what these teams are all chasing, was Trevor Lawrence 10 years ago. And several guys have been 3-star quarterbacks since then that have won it. I'm telling you, speak to the pressure at the school like at Tennessee. There is a huge amount of pressure to finish in the top 10 in recruiting versus getting a recruiting class that's functional. Versus, like, for instance, the Redmond kid who's played really well as a true freshman for Tennessee is one of the lowest rated players on their roster. Now, in whose world is he a low-rated guy? Here's what I'm doing. I will take a quarterback like John's talking about, and I'll go and I'll put 5-star offensive linemen with him. I'll get me some 4-star linebackers. I'll get me some 4-star wide receivers. If I don't spend all that money on my quarterback, it frees up money for me. And this is what we're talking about now. All these schools have budgets. They have GMs. Watson, this is an interesting little thing that we're seeing here because I call Joey Aguilar a Joe, and he's playing against pros this year, okay? The guy from Georgia, when he gets on the field with the Lagway and the guy from LSU, that's Joes versus pros. Again, we're back to this. The Joes in college football are outplaying the pros right now. Hey, Penn State's talking about how the Aller guy's not playing well. They're saying we let a Joe get away, and he's at Missouri. We got the wrong quarterback. I mean, it's what's going on in college football. Is this just a one-year thing? Does this have staying power? This is really strange, Watson.
No, here's what I think. I think what happens is, and two comments I'm going to make. The first one is, when you're just watching a QB as a senior and you're in these camps and you're watching him throw and all of that, that ain't being a quarterback. And these offenses now are all quarterback oriented. You got to have the other pieces before you have the physical twos. And that's what these two dudes we watch play Saturday have. They got the inner confidence. They got the unbelievable competitiveness. They're unbelievably tough. You can't see that in these camps when they're out there throwing against air or throwing in a Pascal or whatever. That's not football. Never will be football. Toughness, competitiveness, confidence, coming through at the right time of frame, what you got to do. In the old days, you could take a quarterback and the tailback's going to carry it 25 times. He might have to make 15, 20 throws. Now, on all the running plays, you've got decisions to make, and you're having to make decisions on all passing plays, and the ball's being thrown a whole lot more than it's ever been thrown before. So that, in my personal opinion, they're looking at the wrong things. Yeah, he's got to make throws. Some of my best quarterbacks of all time, and I've had a bunch of them, some of my best quarterbacks for all times didn't just – the physical twos wasn't the number one thing they had. It was not the number one thing they had. And that's what I'm seeing. And I think these coaches are learning that. And when you can watch one play for a year or two and see that kind of stuff he's got in him, it's exactly what Joey had when he came to Knoxville. He had those pieces. And when you can see that overtaking a freshman out of a camp, I think it's an easier decision to make, because you've got more to work with. Second thing, these coaches have got to get out of guys of this being number one in recruiting. There needs to be two different types of recruiting now. If these recruiting gurus, if I'm them and they may be doing it, may start to do it, you got to have two different sections. You got to have the transfer portal recruiting and want to grade that, see what they rated there, and then you got to have the high school recruiting, because it's getting to where it's 50-50. You're bringing half high school kids in and half transfers. A lot of schools, there were schools last year that got 70-something new faces on their football team. 70-something new faces. So these gurus need to be thinking in a different way on how they're going to rate these recruiting classes, and these coaches don't need to be paying attention to these gurus, and you better be doing what's best for your football team.
I want to jump the great Matt Dixon into the conversation, because, Matt, there was nothing in Joey Aguilar's past that said he was going to do this, right? I mean, that's the trick is, like, hindsight's 20/20. Okay, we'll go out every year and we'll get one of these guys. But there was nothing to suggest that Joey Aguilar was going to do this year, if we're being honest about it, Matt.
Well, no, not after missing the spring, but I think Bino coined it. You got Hendon Hooker lucky again, because Hendon Hooker, you didn't think he could do it either. You actually went out and got Joe Milton after you saw Hendon Hooker in that spring. And then Hooker took off after he became the starter. So it's a fascinating thing. And Watson, how is it? It's so fascinating how even elite and great quarterback coaches like pick the wrong guy or can't evaluate quarterbacks. Why is that so hard? Like what is it that makes it that you just never know until somebody gets under the lights in a real game?
Well, it's because you take one. You take four receivers and maybe two of them come through, and everybody forgets about the other two. when you take one quarterback and he's the guy, and once you get that one, the others aren't coming, then that better have been the one. And I've seen many guys go down by taking the wrong guy. And I go back to the high school piece, to where you're having to offer these scholarships to these kids so early now to get them. And you're offering them before they're even mature yet. I mean, I'm talking high school mature yet. And you're seeing them, as I say, throw and run around, and you put a time on them, and you do a vertical jump, and you run the cones, and you do all of that. But that's not, to me, what a quarterback's all about. And I'm not saying that for sure that I got all the answers. I've missed myself many times too. But I'm saying it's hard to know those other pieces, because they haven't been in those competitive, tough environments. Sometimes you're on a great team and you never get touched, and the competition's not even, you can't tell. You got to see about a quarterback when he gets knocked down about 3 or 4 times in a row, and he knows, then how's he going to react? Or he's had an awful game because you're playing a damn good defense that's in your face, but yet he comes back and wins the game. All that kind of stuff, to me, are the number one principles. You want to make sure he has the physical twos, yes, but they don't have to have just great physical twos. I mean, look at some of the great NFL quarterbacks of all time. And I go back to Bart Starr, who I knew very well in Alabama. Got to know him, and what a first-class man. I'm telling you, his arm strength, blah, 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 but he won football games. And that football team clinged to him because he showed up when he had to show up. And that's what I'm talking about. You've got to make sure they have those pieces before the physical pieces, in my opinion.
You know what was crazy, too? Like, I remember as a kid in Vet Stadium, Eagles, 49ers. 49ers got the ball last. Joe Montana had the ball, and they won the game, and nobody in the stadium thought the Eagles were winning the game when Joe Montana got the ball last. And here's the thing. I still remember. He threw a crossing route to John Taylor, and it looked like a ball I could have thrown in the backyard. But somehow it was right in his – he put it right on the money. He didn't throw it hard.
He
didn't.
Sense of
That's
timing,
right. That's
Tony,
right.
with that throw.
And the leadership.
Sense of timing with that throw.
And the leadership and the swagger. When that guy walked around on the field – this Aguilar guy, I never dreamed in a million years, Watson, he could play to that level against an SEC, a pretty damn good SEC defense. I never dreamed that he could. I don't know that he knew he could play to that level, Watson. It's really interesting. It really is interesting.
But he had the inner twos, Tony. We talked about that all summer. You asked me to call around to try to find out about him.
You did.
What did I say?
Yep.
What everybody said. He had those inner pieces. And you get control of him. He's a little bit too much of a gunslinger. Josh does a great job with quarterbacks. I don't think anybody in the country coaches them better. He finds out what they can do. And people have gotten, well, you're being too conservative with Joe, or you're this or that. He did what he could do. You can't take them further than they can go. And when you try to do that, it ends up hitting you right in the face.
In other
Josh
words,
is so good at learning what they can do best, and that's what I think he's done. He's changed a lot of offense to fit Joey.
Let's park on that for a second.
Because he's a play-action pass guy. He's a great downfield thrower. He's very accurate. He has a great sense of timing. I think he's worked this offense around Joey.
Conversely, when he had Joe Milton, they warped down what they did with Hendon Hooker because they knew he couldn't do it. When they saw Nico for an extended period of time, people don't want to hear this, but they took that offense and warped it down after the Oklahoma game and said a lot of the things that we thought were true, we're going to get out of this offense. And then, John, they go get a guy off the street. And now all of a sudden we're back. And not only we're running our offense, but we've narrowed our splits. We're trusting the nation's leader in interceptions last year to throw the ball in the middle of the field. I mean, John, who would have ever thought this? This is crazy.
No, but like Watson said, and Watson kind of found out doing some research and talking to people, you don't really know what's going on with the guy till he gets out there. You don't. You can you can look at some of these measurables and you can look at stats and so forth, but you don't know exactly how he might perform in your system. I mean, when Diego Pavia was at New Mexico State, and okay, they go in at Jordan-Hare Stadium and beat Auburn. Well, I mean, you just think, well, Auburn just had an awful day. I mean, but Diego Pavia goes into those places and he thinks he's going to win the game. He really believes it. And that the entire team, that infuses an entire team with confidence. And I think Joey's doing that. Watson, there was one thing I wanted to ask you, kind of the flip side of this. Next season, Tennessee has a tougher opener than it's had in the past. Georgia Tech, which it's got a pretty good program going right now, and I thought that before they upset Clemson. Look at this year. Bryce Underwood in Michigan was kind of considered the be-all and end-all. He goes in there and wins the job as a freshman. He's going to be a superstar and all that. He goes to Norman, Oklahoma against a really good defensive-minded coach in Brent Venables and goes 9 of 24. My point is, when you go into those kind of games early in the season and you've got a talented but inexperienced quarterback, a good coach can show him stuff that he's never seen before and that he's very uncomfortable. And I guess that's a long way of kind of reconfirming what I'm saying about having an experienced quarterback in those kind of situations really matters.
Well, it does. I said, John, and that's a decision that Josh, and it's way off yet, but it's a decision Josh will have to make. And Lord, we don't hope Joey doesn't get hurt, but I think the world of George McIntyre. I do too, from watching him play. But anytime you go out there for the first time, it's not an easy thing to do. And I remember Tony and we were talking on the air a couple of weeks ago. First ball games, none of the new quarterbacks played very well. The experienced guys played great. None of the new ones. And I told Tony all summer, and I'm sticking to it. I said, Ty Simpson is going to be a great player at Alabama. Well, Ty goes to Florida State, and he don't play very well. But look what he's done in the last couple of games. Competition not as good, but he's settling in, and they're learning what he can do well. I think if he stays healthy, he'll have a great year. And it's hard, John, and that's going to be a tough decision next year on Tennessee. And I would think if they go get one, even if they've got George there, if they were to go get one, they're going to want to bring him in January. Now, if this new route takes place, he's going to have to come in January. But if they want to bring him in to give him spring practice, they wouldn't want to take a chance on him going to starting in the summer like Joey had to do.
That's the craziest thing about this Aguilar thing, guys, is the rest of these coaches, they all preach, how important spring practice is. This guy literally walks in off the street and ripped Georgia's defense limb from limb over the weekend.
Think his experience he's played a lot of football, do you think that helped him be able to pick it up so quickly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the rules are so different, as we've talked about in the summer. You do so much more with them now than we could when I coached. You've got them all day long, 24 hours if you want them, in the film room, out on the field with them, working on patterns, having pass skills. I mean, all that stuff now you could not do. Joey could not have performed like that if it was the old roots. I'm telling you right now, he wouldn't have been that far along just yet. And I go back to giving Josh so much credit with this, though. Because I think he knows what he can do, and he's not putting him in bad situations, guys. He's not letting him do something he's not good at, and that's what I think he's done with him so far. And I think he'll be solid the whole year. He's a tough runner. He's not a great runner, but he's a tough runner, and he'll get you a yard here and a yard there that you got to have. But he's of the ones he's had since Hendon Hooker, he has the best sense of timing of any of the last guys that Josh has tried to coach.
Guys, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to ask, do you think that the throws he made to Brazel, that Brazel went up and sort of a jump ball. Do you think those were good throws, or were they risks that you wouldn't want to take normally?
Oh, they were fantastic throws. If you go talk to any quarterback I've ever coached through the years, they're going to say, Coach Brown, don't overthrow the deep ball. That's the thing they'll say. Do not overthrow the deep ball. Put your eyes on the target and let it go, and do not overthrow the deep ball. If you're going to do anything, underthrow the deep ball. That was a pet peeve of mine. He don't overthrow the deep ball. How many times have we seen Joe Milton and Nico overthrow the deep ball? All that is 2nd and 10. It's a wasted play. Put it up, believe in your receiver, and let in the one-on-one situations. And I always taught receivers, John, don't let that defensive back have it. I don't care if you pull him down, pull his pants down, hit him in the head. Do not let him have the ball.
Well,
period. Do not let him have this ball, because it throws non-confidence to your quarterback. So those two things go together. Those were perfect throws, slightly underthrown, and a big old guy goes up and just takes over. It lets him be the star that he is.
Watson, don't you have to be kind of a fearless play caller, though, when you tell your quarterback, don't overthrow? I mean, some coaches would think, if you're going to throw it up for grabs, I don't want you to throw it at all.
You throw it up for grabs when it's one-on-one, if you want to call it throwing it up for grabs.
There you go.
You don't throw it up for grabs when it's two-on-one. You don't throw it there when it's two-on-one. You just don't throw it there.
We had a guy.
When you've got one-on-one, you keep the ball 6 yards from the boundary. You don't leave it inside. One of Joey's was a little too far inside the other day when he got kind of hit as he let it go. But other than that, I mean, his balls were on the right side for the receiver to get them. And I don't know. I've always, you're not going to throw, John, 4 or 5, 6 of those a game. You don't want 3 of them to be a non-factor.
Mark,
put it up and let your guy go get it.
Hey, Mark in Columbus, you're under wings right now with Watson Brown, and you're a punk and a clown. Your call yesterday was shameful and deplorable and wretched, and you need to do better. You need to be better, Mark in Columbus. Calling in here saying that Joey Aguilar got away with throwing 3 or 4 jump balls. It could have been intercepted. I mean, come on, man. It's one-on-one coverage. Mark in Columbus. You're right, Watson. You're right. It's one-on-one coverage. Here's my thing, Watson. You know, if Heupel had a chance to do it over again, and this is what these games are about. Because on that post, on our Garza Law 5th quarter fan reaction, I was like half losing my mind, half loving the fact that Tennessee was toe-to-toe in the ring with that team and should have beaten them. And then I was really angry with our coach because when we got a strip sack turnover, we didn't throw the ball in the end zone there. After we had so many chances.
I can comment to that. Yeah,
Please.
Maybe he should have. But there was a check he made on that third down play. And they're in this all-out blitz, and they walk both linebackers up in the 2A gaps. And he checked, I think it was a trap play. It was a check I carried for that look for years and years into that defensive look. And if you trap it just right, that back spits and he puts the ball across the goal line. I mean, he's untouched because everybody's spread out. And so it looks awful when it don't work. I saw Josh beating himself in the head after he made that call on that third down, and I guess it's about 6 or 7. I can't remember exactly how far it was. But that is not a bad check at all. You'll try that every once in a while. I promise you they had practiced it and practiced it and practiced it. It didn't work, so it looks awful. Yes, he could have been a little bit more aggressive there. And that's the stuff where I'm talking about, guys, that I can vividly remember every one of those in big games where I made a bad call here or a call that didn't work. A call that don't work is a bad call. That's what it is.
And a game like that leaves a mark because they thoroughly outplayed. Kirby, after the game, said the wrong team won. They outcoached us. They outplayed us. He said, but you know what? My team, my kids are just tough. You and I were talking off the air. The belief level. Georgia. The belief level with Georgia is just unreal, guys. It's
the belief level and the talent level, and you got to beat them. Kirby's teams don't beat themselves, and you got to beat them. Mm-hmm. You just flat got to beat them.
John,
and that's hard to do.
how many teams, John, have we seen in Neyland Stadium that if you started like that against them and it's 21-14 and you got the crowd going, get absolutely rolled, John? Most teams, right?
Well, yeah, I think it's so hard. Football is such a momentum game. You can say that about any sport, really. But when the momentum is going against you, as it was against Georgia early on in that game, and you look like you're just overwhelmed and nothing is working, it's 21-7. It looks like Tennessee's going to score as many points on you as it did on ETSU. To withstand that and come back, that's got to be hard, Watson. It's got to be hard for a coach to keep his team, and that's what Kirby does. He's got a history of this. He keeps his team believing, even when the scoreboard says he shouldn't believe.
Yeah. We've seen them make some feverish comebacks in these games.
Yeah, John, and there's two pieces, I think, to Kirby's deal. He's as good or better than anybody he's going to play. So his talent level always hangs in there. But the confidence level now through the years of just finding ways to win, how many have they done that with? I mean, so many. That they talk culture. Well, there's your culture right there. It's just, you just know you're never out of a game. Just hang on. And they have come back many times. That's why I've always said, you got to beat Georgia. They will not beat themselves. You're going to have to go take the game from them.
The confidence and then seeing a lack of it. The kid at Texas right now, his coach said the other day, he said he's not getting on platform, throwing the ball. He's fighting himself mentally. Watson, he obviously is fighting being a Manning. He's gotten all this money. Maybe he has imposter syndrome, as we call it in music, which in music what that means is you walk out there and you go, what in the world am I doing around these people that can really play? And you kind of blink. I mean, everybody's had like a little imposter syndrome in their life, one way or another, in certain spots. I feel for that kid because how do you get a kid when you're getting ready to play these elite teams in this league and they got this stuff on film and you're really struggling? How do you get him to where he's passable, where he can play passable football?
It's tough. You know me, Tony. I'm not much to get on coaches at all, more to defend them than anything. But I just think Sark handled this poorly. He should have nipped this in the bud back in the summer and said, look, this young man ain't played a game yet. Let's all cool down here. We're going to have to play around him really well to let him settle in here early in the year. And he never did that. He just ran with the flow of how good he is and going to be the number one pick in the draft. And I just think he handled that poorly, which put more pressure on him. And he's not come out of it yet. I think he will. But he reminds me of Nico holding on to the ball too long, guys. He has not got a sense of timing yet. He'll see a guy open, and he just can't let it go. I think of his 4 touchdown passes in the game before this one, 3 of them were real late throws that he's got to let the ball go quicker. And I think that's still inexperience. It's not youth because he's in his 3rd year, but he's inexperienced. And I just think he'll come out of it. But the pressure on him is nobody. I can't ever remember anybody not played hardly a down yet that has had the pressure this young man's had on him. And I just think Sark didn't help with that.
Do you say you think he'll come out of it, Watson? Is there a chance? I remember watching him throw last year. He was playing as a backup, and they had a package where he ran the ball as an effective runner. But it just seemed like he threw the ball a little differently last year than he's doing this year. And I would think maybe that pressure and expectations can create issues in your mechanics, kind of just like with a golfer. His mechanics can get off when there's the pressure of a tournament and that kind of thing. So what's your take on that?
I think you're right. I see a tight throw. I see a tightness in him when he lets the ball go. And that's why I think he can come out of it. I think Sark's offense, to me, is not an easy offense for a quarterback. Josh's offense has always been quarterback friendly. Sark is much more of a downfield guy. And I think he needs to back off and give him some easy throws and let him move more and let him carry it a little more and that type of stuff. Just take some of the pressure off of him. They're very good on defense. And I think they'll move it better if he just take a little heat off of him and quit making him have to be the one making all those downfield throws. And I bet you they do that as time goes on. He's not got long because they're fixing to jump into some really tough games.
Yeah, it's going to make it real here.
He's got to get better pretty quick, or it could get really tough on him when those SEC defenses start showing up.
And especially down there, like right now, they've already lost, right? You lose another game down there with the roster they paid $50 million for. Those people down there are going to freak out. They're going to start booing him. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Well, they already did. They booed the offense Saturday.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they were booing him or.
Wow.
Yeah,
they're going to turn. They turned.
Yeah, they were booing just poor performance by the offense. That's what I thought it was, and Arch is part of that. But it's like John said earlier. I don't care how old you are, but when you hadn't played much and you got to go to Columbus for your first game with all that heat on you, and I don't think he's gotten past that game just yet. I think that game's still eating at him, and man, did it put pressure on them for the rest of the year now with all the high expectations they had. So he's got to settle down. I don't know who they have this week, but he's got to figure out a way to get him to play better and get that pressure off of him and let him feel good about himself. Even in the wins,
it's hanging on him.
Good about himself
you
yet.
can see it looking at him. That's why I use that imposter syndrome thing. He looks like he wants to be anywhere but on that football field. You mentioned Nico. Him and Nico have the same body language. Nico had the worst body language for a quarterback I've ever seen. Till I'm watching the Arch guy, and they're kind of the same. It's very strange. Like they're carrying that weight with them.
Nico, Tony, hadn't come out of it either yet.
He's awful.
He still does not have a good sense of timing of letting the ball go. I watched him the other night.
Bad player.
And he's still doing the same things. He's holding the ball
Bad player.
a half a second long, and that's all it takes is a half a second. And he just hadn't gotten it yet.
Watson,
Coach,
excuse me, Brian. Looking ahead, we're talking about Texas. It's going to get tougher. October 11th is the Red River shootout, rivalry, whatever you want to call it. Oklahoma hungry to distinguish itself again in that rivalry with a really hot quarterback. And what I was saying earlier about Brent Venables, a really good defensive tactician, he showed that against Michigan and Bryce Underwood. Man, Arch better be at the top of his game by then, or Brent Venables is he's going to do what Ohio State did.
He's going to melt his popsicle.
Oh, that's why I'm saying that game's not far off. And this week at Oklahoma, I think Mateer will take another step because Jackson Arnold's coming back at Auburn. And I'm telling you, Oklahoma is licking their chops. There's no doubt in my mind. And I'm telling you, this is the week that Oklahoma may really take a step. And so
Watson,
Arch has got to get better.
On the way out, and I love you. Give me your top 4 quarterbacks in the league right now after 3 weeks. This is a Joe's versus Pros thing. You got to put Pavia.
Put me on the spot.
Pavia's got to be up there. Our guy has to be in the top 4. Has to be.
Yeah. The ones that are playing great are the 2 that played Saturday. Pavia is playing very, very, very well. Nismeyer isn't yet, but I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he will. I think they're being smart with him. They're winning ball games, and they're not making the quarterback have to make all the plays. And last year, they couldn't run it a little bit. They get behind 4 points, 3 points, 6 points, and then they just all out start slinging it everywhere. And they're not doing that this year. And but man, when he lets a ball go, it's as pretty as it can be. He has a great sense of timing. I think he's tougher than nails. I think there's some really good ones. The guy at Oklahoma, guys, honestly, he's playing really good. I mean, really good. And kudos to Lane Kiffin. The guy amazes me. I do not know Lane. He's one of the few guys I never met through the years. And I don't care who goes out there for him. His quarterbacks just play well. That kid from last week went out there with his legs, made throws with his arms. I mean, Jackson Dart got hurt in the game last year, and Simmons goes in and plays fantastic immediately. I mean, give Lane Kiffin a lot of credit. And I think the quarterback play right now in the SEC is really, really good. And some of the ones that were the well thought of have not. I have not thought Sellers played well in any game yet this year. I didn't think he played well against Virginia Tech. I sure didn't think he played well. He got knocked out, of course, but didn't play well against Vanderbilt. He was 6 or 7, but I just didn't still feel it. And then the South Carolina State game was a very close game for a long time. So he hasn't stepped up. Arch hasn't stepped up. A couple of the ones that really, and Newsmar hasn't yet, but I think that he will. So the ones that were the top dogs in the preseason really haven't stepped up to the plate just yet.
It's one of the oddest years I can remember. I think this thing is going to be crazy all the way to the end of the season. Teams are going to upset teams. People are going to beat each other. We're going to have the league is so good from top to bottom. Watson, I love you. I appreciate you. You've been incredible. Anything else you'd care to add here on the way out?
No, I love you guys. It's always an honor to be on. John, good to talk to you, man.
You too,
I love
Watson.
you through all the years.
Yeah, tell Mac I said hi.
I will do that. I will sure do that.
The great Watson Brown. Thank you, brother.
See you guys.
Presented by our friends at Simpsons Meats, online at simpsonsmeats.com. Check them out. Look, if you want a half cow or quarter cow, they can do it for you. No sacred cow goes unmilked on here. Okay? No sacred cow goes unmilked on this show.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But I heard Tom Marr one time say it up in Baltimore, and I thought, you know what? If I ever get a shot to say. On the other side, we get some calls in. We want to hear from you off that conversation. It's been an upside down year thus far. I mean, what you thought you held true is so far not. Maybe it reverts back to being true. Maybe Arch Manning gets into the league and takes off and gets back in the Heisman Trophy race. I wouldn't bet on that. Maybe Nico leads his team to a bowl game before it's over. From 0-3 as we continue hour 2 after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place that's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike and Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
One thing about this year, we've been talking during the break here. There's so much to talk about that we've had like fervent conversation during the break. And I mean, really stellar conversation, because this football season, when you talk to your friends, and we love the game. It's always been kind of a oral history type game. You tell you tell previous generations about things you've seen. Hey, this year sets up like it's going to be an all-time great year. The league, we haven't even dipped our toe into the league season yet. And it's already going to be. You can just see it. It is compelling because so many teams are alive. So many things that we thought are not true. Matt, you guys were telling me, because the Florida game, like when I'm hosting the show, I can't, on a Saturday night, the Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction. I got like four games in a box up here. I went back and looked at some of Lagway's play, one of these film breakdown deals, Matt. He disrespected the game the other night against LSU. I thought his play was kind of disrespectful, Matt. You guys were right. It was disrespectful. We would be cremating that guy on the air right now if he played as recklessly. And Brian said it yesterday. John, you realize Florida through 2 games has given up 2 touchdowns? That's it. Their defense. That quarterback keeps putting them in horrendous situations.
Yeah, the first downs, I think they held LSU to 9 first downs.
And got blown out. How bad does your Matt, how bad is that kid playing right now? And is it because he wasn't with them in the summer? Is it a sophomore slump? Is he reckless? Is he not being coached? There's no way Billy Napier makes it to the Tennessee game now. No way, man. No way.
And, Matt, you might wonder if his shoulder's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the injuries, the not even throwing in the spring, much less practicing, and then really didn't practice at all in the fall. That's a factor. I don't think he has a ton around him. That offensive scheme, especially the passing game, is just not very good. Napier is a pretty good coach when they're running the ball, and then off the play action. But when you have to in obvious passing downs, that offense isn't going to move the ball at all. It's a very elementary type passing scheme. So all that factors into it. But no, he's just. I think you have defenses or have adjusted to how they play him. And all that factors in, but no, he's been brutal. He looks like a guy that didn't practice all off season.
Yeah, and he was Blake Topmeyer, with whom I do an SEC podcast, was talking about if you go back and look at what Lagway did last year, and he was one of the big stories in the second half of the season. Got Florida revved up, got it. Helped turn around the season. But he threw some interceptions last year, too. He didn't throw as many passes as, say, a Garrett Nussmeier. He didn't throw as much, but his percentage of interceptions was still a little high. And, Tony, in these kind of games and the kind of season we've got this year, you throw 5 interceptions in a game, I mean, you got no chance.
No, 0 chance. To the phones we go. In fact, Tennessee stayed in that game the other day because they were plus in the turnover ratio. And that big turnover at the end of the game, look, Aguilar threw 2 the other day. One of them wasn't his fault, and the second one was a punt. So to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Am I on?
You are right there. You are not only are you on, but you're on. You're on it.
Hey, it's boy Bill out in Harriman.
Welcome in.
I want to say WB, on hold for about an hour listening to WB talk. Normally, I feel like he's breaking stuff down scientifically, but today it just felt like it hit deeper for some reason. Felt metaphysically. I mean, that guy knows ball, man.
Or no, when Watson Brown, yeah, that was a deep connection to you. I like that metaphysical connection. I'm with you there.
Yeah, and Watson, in his day, Watson was a great play caller. He knows quarterbacks.
I hear you. Hey, and Tony, I tell you, man, you got no idea how much I ate this weekend, man. I mean, I did an hour of Peloton ride before, about 900 calories, clear some space for all that food I was going to eat at my watch party. And I had to do 2 hours post-game with all the stuff I ate, man. I mean, I was ripping through that stuff.
You told us the other day that you burned 8,000 calories in preparation for this deal. Like a swimmer that I sat next to at Stanford one time. I was flying cross country, and I said to him, so what do you eat, man? Like, stay alive when you swim as much as you do. He said 8,000 calories a day. I went.
Hey, they're out here doing it.
Good for you, man. Down in Harriman, brother. I love Harriman.
Hey, we look ready, man. We were ready for that game. We came out ready. Hopper looked ready. Had that thing rolling. Yeah. I mean, it looked like he had triple circled that game. Turns out nobody told him Kirby had quadruple circled that thing. I mean, I could have been dancing in the old city till 3 a.m. if we had a kicker who had already hit puberty. I mean, I can even think of him 45, Tony. I'm telling you.
He is a young-looking kid. When you look at him in that helmet, you think, what a weird – like if you were trying to explain college football to somebody, what a weird profession that your life is in the hands of this kid that literally looks like he can't drive. That's how young that kid looks, John.
I know.
He's
and I tell you,
so young-looking.
The collar that had the percents on the 33%, I mean, 27% of the points came from the kicking game, and then they had that missed kick. That's at least worth 5 or 6%. 33% might even be light. And I'll tell you on top of that, flipping a ball to Boo Carter and seeing what he could do on offense, 0% of the game plan, Tony. 0%.
I don't understand when you watch that other kid from Georgia, who they use situationally, that Branch kid, John. Why don't you get Boo Carter's fair catching balls? He's not going to impact. And somebody made the point yesterday that he attempted to return a ball that was unreturnable because he wants to make a play so bad. Why don't they put him on offense, line him up in the slot, and flip a ball to him? That can't be that hard, John. That can't be that hard.
Flip it to him.
No,
flip the ball to him.
He's one of those guys that scares people when he gets in the open field.
He's itching to do it. All they did the other day was flip that ball out to Branch, and he ran around the crown of that field like his hair was on fire. He was flying.
I tell you what, as the season goes along, Georgia needs to get him involved more. He needs to get his hand. He's the kind of guy that can take a play that you don't think's there, and he's going to turn the corner with that elite speed.
He was unbelievable the other day, man.
Hey, man, on another note, Tony, I think we're going to be all right. It took me a couple of days to digest everything that happened and all that food I ate. But I'm telling you, we got a bit of a team, and we're going to be in the mix, and we're going to be in every game, and Joey Pigskin is officially Joey football in my book. He proved it.
I had no idea, John, he could do that. Did Joe?
No, you have to see it before you can believe it. You can't just – you can say you hope he does it. You can say he might can do it, but until you go out and perform that way on that stage against a team of that caliber, you just don't know how he will do. And he did it. And so you're right. You going forward now, Tennessee doesn't – a lot of these questions we had in preseason have already been answered. 3 games in, the questions have been answered. Quarterback is not a problem. It's a plus. The receiving core is better than we thought. You team those receivers up with a quarterback that can make the throws. And I look back on last year and the year before that now when I thought the receiving cores were pretty pedestrian. And then I think, well, maybe it was more the quarterback. Maybe the receivers were better than I thought.
The problem is there's more questions on defense now. Now, obviously, injuries have played a part, but your defense hasn't been anywhere near as good as we thought it'd be.
Oh, no, Matt, but they're all beat up. You're right, Matt. I don't know. Like, people are really coming after Banks, but there's an old saying, you can't get blood from a stone. I mean, you keep having guys drop. Look at the guys in the linebacking core that were playing real serious snaps here. Deshaun Sinclair talked about it. I mean, some of these guys are right off the bus. And they were, semi holding their own in an SEC game, I guess. I guess semi holding their own would be a way to put it.
Ben Bolton?
Yes.
Was that his name?
Yes.
Have you heard of Ben Bolton before?
No,
Saturday?
but I've heard of Ben Bolt. Ben Bolt.
But if you're going to rotate guys throughout like they do, again, I think they sub a little too much.
Yes.
You should be fresh enough to get a stop late in the fourth quarter when your stars are out there. You got to get off the field. You can't give up game-tying touchdown.
Matt, our eyes, because you can go back and watch everything, tell us that they didn't have their quote-unquote A-list defensive line in the game in that last play. And some people have pointed out they should have taken a timeout and get your A-list offensive line back out there for the 4th and 6, because that's the ball game. And look, I'm not nitpicking. I don't, I wish I was that observant. I'm not that observant. But anything else for us in beautiful Harriman? Because you steal the show, man, when you call in.
Matt's got one last thing. This, New Mexico, 35-10 over University of California loses a lot. And I just want to say, big, sick Nick, thank you. And to his baby son, Hakuna Matata, I'm sorry, baby cub. Daddy ain't no Chris Moneymaker. He don't know how to play his hand.
Hakuna Matata. Yeah. It's a little Lion King there. Matt, your thoughts on our new caller from Harriman. Are you enjoying his art?
I like him a whole lot. He's very good at what he's trying to do.
By the way, and whatever you're trying to do there in Harriman, keep doing it. Odds to make the playoffs, John. You tell me what you're buying and what you're selling. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are the top 5 teams in the league. Odds to make the playoffs, because ultimately Tennessee fans are wondering what Saturday means. Either you teased your fan base with a pretty high-level performance in a league this year where I don't think there's like an elite team. I just think there's a bunch of really good teams, and you might be one of them. Georgia's minus 250 to make a playoff from here. Texas is minus 200 to make a playoff here, so they got the second best odds. LSU is minus 150 to make a playoff from here. Alabama is minus 140 to make a playoff from here, and A&M is minus 125. Now, obviously, one or two of those teams has to get out of line if the Vols are going to get in line. I'll read them to you again. You tell me who you'd, and I want your opinion too, Matt, who you'd buy or sell here. Georgia minus 250, Texas minus 200, LSU minus 150, Alabama minus 140, and A&M minus 125. Which two, John, would you take out of that equation, or is the answer none of them? And there's no room for the Vols.
I would take out Texas and Alabama.
Wow. Matt, who are your two, if you have two?
Yeah, for sure Texas. And then, unless Alabama wins at Georgia, it's hard to see them, running the table and going 10-2. And I think Georgia wins that game. So I think Alabama's kind of on the outside of this.
Wow.
Of the teams you mentioned. And LSU seems, I'm not sure what to think of them yet. Their offense has to get a lot better. Granted, they haven't needed it to this point, but they've got a really tough road schedule. I think they play at Ole Miss, they play at Bama, they play at Oklahoma, and there's another one that's either like South Carolina or Vandy or somebody. It's like one of those sneaky tough road games.
Yep.
So they just have a really tough schedule, and when you play the way they do, there'll be a lot of one possession in close games, and all you need is one or two bad breaks to lose that third game and knock yourself out.
It's kind of like Napier. Brian, let me read them to you. You give me your two. You ready? The odds again are Georgia has the best odds at minus 250, Texas minus 200, LSU minus 150, Alabama minus 140, A&M minus 125. From a Tennessee perspective, you need two of them to get out of there if you're going to get in line. You need two of them to get out of there. Brian, what are your two?
I'm going to go with, just based on history, and Texas A&M's one for me.
I agree with that.
And I want to say LSU just because their offense just doesn't look like it's hitting on all cylinders, and they've got that tough road schedule. I'm gonna take those two teams out. Another team that I saw the odds, Vanderbilt might have, as far as value goes, the best bet if you're
serious.
If you're placing a bet.
They're plus 1,000, John. Vanderbilt is.
Jesus.
Yeah, but Vanderbilt will get beaten down over the course of the season.
Come on, guys. Vanderbilt's not making the playoffs.
I would never say they're making the playoffs.
What's Oklahoma's odds? Because I feel like they should be one of the maybe 5th or 6th best. You should have listed there.
We're going to go right through them. So we're down to 5, okay? So which two teams are going to replace the two that just got out of line, or which one team, because maybe it's only 4 this year. I don't know. I have trouble believing that this isn't a 5-team, 5-bid league this year when you look at the Big 12, when you look at the ACC, which is kind of a mess. Although is the ACC a mess? I don't know.
Well, it's got Florida State and Miami
in it. And don't sleep on Georgia Tech right now after they beat Clemson.
Oh, I know. I actually picked them to make the playoffs.
Because you did preseason.
Yeah.
But I give John a lot of credit for that. Okay, here are the next, and then we'll go back to the phones. This is just interesting stuff to talk about. This is over on the blog today at tclub.team if you want to see it. Ole Miss is the next best odds. Now we're in the plus range. They are plus 200. Oklahoma is plus 200. Tennessee is plus 250, where they're grouped with Auburn at plus 250. And then Missouri is plus 400. So which one of those teams, John, makes the playoff out of that group?
Oh, I think Tennessee makes the playoffs. I think it's the most. I would bet money on that.
It's a great value. The Vols at plus 250 right now.
I tell you what. If you look at the schedules, that's such a big factor
in
all this.
Yes, it is.
I mean, Oklahoma, from what I've seen of Oklahoma, I would say if you gave Oklahoma Tennessee schedule, I would say Oklahoma's in the playoff.
They're going to walk into the playoffs.
They're going to walk into the playoff.
Yep.
But the thing about Oklahoma, and one reason I don't like Texas, I think Oklahoma's going to beat Texas in Dallas.
Yes.
I think in the second half of the year, John Mateer can only take so many hits. I think Oklahoma will struggle down the stretch. But against Texas, and if Texas loses to Oklahoma and it's already lost to Ohio State, I don't know if Texas plays Georgia, right?
John, the reason I love a 12-team playoff is it creates tension. And the reason I love those early season football games is you think you're watching games that kind of don't matter. That Florida State loss for Alabama is gigantic. That loss Texas incurred at Ohio State with that kid that's never played on the field, just saying, that could, if they don't get through this league undefeated, let me tell you something. If they lose 2 more games like you guys are talking about, there's no way they're in the playoffs. And let me share something else with you. This whole thing about Notre Dame having 2 losses and they're eliminated from the playoffs, if you really believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Clinton that I want to sell you. Let me tell you something. It's a TV show. If they get through this, now you might say they're going to lose another game. Okay, maybe I'll go with you there. Then you're eliminated. John, if they get through this thing 10-2, you don't think those TV networks are putting Notre Dame in that playoff? I mean, come on.
Well, look.
I don't care what
here's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Notre Dame isn't in a conference, and it's got equal footing when it comes to making the playoffs.
Hello.
And it's not even in a conference.
It's stupid. And they haven't won a world championship in 35 years.
It's ridiculous.
It's offensive.
As a college football fan, I love their tradition, their history, their success, how much football matters there, and all that kind of good stuff. But no, if you want to play in today's game, you need to be in a conference. You don't just say, oh, well, Notre Dame, because it's Notre Dame, gets in. That was a huge win for the SEC. When Texas A&M came back and won that game in the last minute, that game was a huge win for not just A&M, but the entire conference.
And A&M is a total popcorn gas attack on 9 continents. You talk about a never-was tradition. And John thinks they're going to the playoff. The playoffs.
You know what? I always overrate A&M.
Yeah, you always do. Yeah.
And so then I picked Notre Dame to win the game and beat the spread. And Oklahoma and A&M comes back and wins. And now I look at them and I think if A&M and Texas played this week, I kind of think A&M would beat them.
Back to our bitty phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, go right ahead. Hello, you're on the air.
Tony.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Go right ahead. I sure can.
Oh, okay. Nobody told me that I was talking, so I wasn't paying attention. Man, I wanted to kind of just talk about the game against last week. I was telling my dad earlier in the week, I was like, look, it would be a shame if Tennessee cannot get healthy on defense because especially what I've seen the last 3 weeks with Joey, man, we have a real chance to do something with this offense. But, I mean, you can't do much when you're missing 4 starters on defense, and I feel so bad for Ty Redmond. I mean, my God, getting thrown to the lines then like that. I mean, how many snaps did he have? Was it over 80 that he played this week?
I don't. Matt, do you have the stat number?
95.
Oh my God! I mean,
that's not true.
That's unbelievable. And then another thing I was going to say is they got to figure something out when it comes to safety. Man, Turrentine played horrible Saturday. I mean, horrible. I mean that play that Zachariah Branch had. If you watch Turrentine, which I don't know if he's even fast enough to beat him to the corner, but it was just he was flat-footed, took a horrible angle, and it's like you've been in the program for 5 years, and I feel like he's probably the biggest liability that we have in the secondary. Not even our true freshman.
You got to remember though, the guy he took the wrong angle on has elite speed, and I think people have a hard time realizing just how fast that guy is.
Matt, your point that we made last week, which is a great one, is when you juxtapose Georgia and Tennessee, they're so good at getting you on the ground in space, and our deal is our guys are constantly. And Bobo, like somebody said the other day, which is a great way of putting it, he's really in his bag when he plays the Vols. Like he's at the height of his powers. Matt, they did it again Saturday. They're moving our safeties all over the place. They turn us into electric football, Matt.
Yeah, and we don't. There's not very many players that are as fast as Branch, but I mean, Turrentine had no chance when that play's blocked correctly.
Zero,
and that's what they didn't exploit the tight ends as much this year. They exploited us on the outside and with a lot of the quick game stuff because they knew that our defense would be over aggressive and kind of run themselves out of plays, and that's exactly what we did, especially on some of those 3rd and 4th downs. So no, Bobo's in his bag, and that's frustrating that we still haven't figured that out.
And Tony, the last thing I was going to say, and I'll leave you guys with this. Obviously Heupel's the guy. We all know this. But I do get worried about when it comes to recruiting a quarterback because if you look at it, he has not really brought in a guy. I mean, you can say he brought in Aguilar, but we all know that really just fell in his lap, and it wasn't even his first choice. He wanted the Baylor guy, and he wanted the TCU guy, and then talked to Altmaier in Illinois. But if you look at the guys that he's brought in, none of them have performed very well. Brought in Joe Milton. He didn't bring in Hendon. That was horrible. Or not horrible. It wasn't great. And then, Nico, man, obviously it didn't work out here, and it hasn't worked out at UCLA. But do you guys worry about, him recruiting just solid quarterbacks just because, like I said, I don't feel like he's brought in his own guy and they've performed well, and I just want to see what you guys thought on that.
Obviously, it's a concern, and it's very strange. Well, I don't know how it can't be a concern. It's very strange.
He's recruiting guys that all the other big-time programs are recruiting to, and he got Nico. Nico didn't pan out. Now, Joe Milton, that was a stretch. However, Joe Milton's on an NFL roster. He's done better than I ever thought he would. I wonder though if Heupel will learn a lesson from Joey Aguilar. I mean, this guy, when you see Watson Brown was talking about this earlier, if you were listening, about all the things that go into making a good quarterback. And a powerful arm is kind of way down the list.
That's why the Nico guy, the Nico Anistas never got that. It's not about throwing a ball hard.
And
it's just not.
Nico against New Mexico for UCLA the other day.
Oh my God!
And I'm going to fire the coach game. He threw a ball. I mean, it was it was an elite fastball.
Yeah.
Put a radar on it, 100-mile. But yeah, the guy's 12 yards downfield.
It was a crossing route.
Nobody's catching that ball.
I'm watching that and I'm going, boy, this guy's really learned. Throw it a little harder, Nico. Let it go, man.
Maybe you can take his helmet off.
Let it go.
Maybe you can take his head off.
Well, one of those, maybe it can be like that Tyree guy in the Super Bowl when, let me tell you something. If I ever get like really sick, I want Eli Manning praying for me because I've never seen a guy with more answered prayers in my life than that guy. Eli Manning had more answered prayers. He got a ball stuck in David Tyree's helmet. And it was the guy's last catch in his NFL career. In his helmet. In his helmet. And I say that as a Giants hater. But let me tell you, I want Eli Manning praying for me because I've never seen a guy with more answered prayers on a football field than that dude.
He could upstage Tom Brady. Tom Brady did everything he could to win those games.
Yes.
He did just what he always does. And then here comes Eli.
Unbelievable, Andy.
Sticking the ball on a guy's helmet.
And right in his helmet. And that's what Nico's literally going to break somebody's nose on a crossing route if he doesn't stop as we continue with more after this.
Severe on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 694-5904, or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Hey,
Advent.
whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's Easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you. TB back with you, 865-200-5402. We were in discussion there during our timeout about something really, really important. Those that watch us on the or listen to us on the Twitter X know you guys had dead air over that. Yeah, I guess we did. We'll go back to our phones. 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the mix with us. Hello and welcome in to our next caller. You're on a John Adams Tuesday, presented by Jennifer Morris, nextmovesmokymountains.com. Hi.
Hello, gentlemen.
Welcome in.
Tony, it's Sam, man. What's up, brother?
Hey, Ridge Runner.
Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, we're here, brother. First off, these past two callers, man, yeah, keep calling because they're much better than some of your regular callers. No offense. And the guy from Harriman, Tony, you going to be at the river Friday?
Oh yeah, every
'Cause
Friday.
I might sneak in there, brother. Harriman, man, come on down, brother.
Calhoun's on the river every Friday. The Vols are playing, home or away. We're there. It's a Tennessee tradition, and we get a tremendous amount of people out there on the porch celebrating Tennessee Football Fridays with us. It is a stone cold way of life around here.
Tony, the second gentleman, I agreed with some of his stuff and disagreed. Turrentine made a horrible, he's got to shuffle his feet. It was a horrible angle. He's got to get up there and make that tackle. He's trash. Get him out of there. Get one of these young bucks in there and let him do the job. And as far as the quarterback issue, like, this dude took us to the playoff with, now when he got here, Tony, you know, everybody wanted him, correct? Nico is who I'm talking about?
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And when he got here, you know, your guys were over there saying this is the second coming of Peyton Manning. So, you know, he got a legit quarterback. Now, obviously, you know, when he faced live competition, he just doesn't have it upstairs. But he still was a freshman last year, and he went to the damn playoff with him, bro. Like, dude, Tony, this guy is legit. You know, in our defense.
You talking about our head coach?
Yes.
I'm
talking about Heupel.
Yeah, he's a stone cold winner.
Look, what I saw on that field Saturday, I saw a national semifinal game is what I thought I saw. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it comes down to that and we're playing them and we get a revenge game with them in the national semifinal. God, I hope that happens.
John, can you feel what he's saying, or do you think he's overstating our place on that stage?
No, I think you could see a Georgia-Tennessee rematch in the SEC championship game.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely.
They can
And
play
I
each
forgot
other three
about that.
times.
I still have to remind myself that we can play them in the SEC championship now because of there's no division. So you are correct. We will play them in the SEC champ. That'll be our revenge game, and then it might be a three-piece, Tony, with two sides. Tony, your boy, in some of the regular calls I'm talking about now, look, the guy has good points, and he knows ball. But Colombo made an absolute fool of himself. That guy, some of his takes are moronic. Tony, I'm going to read off some names real quick. Y'all tell me what these guys have in common. Matt Stafford, Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, Julian Lewis, Jared Curtis, Stetson Bennett. What do all those guys have in common?
Tony stepped away for a minute. Say those names again.
Matt Stafford, Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, Stetson Bennett, Julian Lewis, Jared Curtis. Matt, do you know?
I have no idea.
I mean, they're all highly ranked recruits.
Were they all?
They all have
5-star?
They all have some. They all have something in common where they played high school ball. What state did they play it in?
Oh, okay.
What's the
They
state?
all played high school ball in the state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who has most of the records now in the state of Georgia as a quarterback, as a high school ball player?
Yes, it's Aaron Philo.
Stockton?
No, it's Gunnar Stockton.
I thought Aaron Philo broke a lot of those records last year. He broke Trevor Lawrence's records for yards passing. He's the backup quarterback at Georgia Tech. His father went to University of Tennessee, and I know him very well.
Okay, well, I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the actual stats.
Oh.
But I heard from Georgia fans that Gunnar Stockton holds most of the records now in the state of Georgia.
No, I don't think that's true. I think it's
But he did accumulate a lot of yardage in high school.
Yeah.
Well, the point I'm getting at is Georgia still has elite level talent on their team. They have NFL players up and down
Yes.
their team, and we took them. We took them to the absolute wire, and we should have beaten them, and they will admit that. I mean, dude, this season is gonna be great, and a lot of the games we're gonna win, and I feel like we will play them again in the SEC championship. Real quick on the way out, Tony, I know I get wordy, brother. This is a question for John. John, you have LSU as your top team. Do you really believe they're the top team out of the SEC and the Big Ten? Because I don't think. I'm sorry, but Brian Kelly made a fool of him. Speaking of fools of themselves, I mean, when you get up there and say that stuff to a reporter, come on, man.
Yeah, he later apologized. It was a legitimate question. What's wrong with that offense? Got all kind of talent on the offense.
He snapped on somebody over the weekend?
Oh, yeah, because the guy's first question right out of the box was basically, what's wrong with the offense? We just beat Florida's Brian Kelly's response. What do you mean? What's wrong with it? We just won an SEC game. What do you expect us to do? Win 70-0? No, that was a ridiculous. And he did apologize later, but the apology rings hollow. I give LSU credit for winning against 2 games against decent competition. And so some of these other teams haven't done as much as LSU has. But if LSU's offense doesn't perk up, it won't be the number one team. We'll know more in the next few weeks.
Well, who did they beat their first game?
Clemson.
Hell of a win.
Yeah, well, Clemson I don't know about. But
hell of a
listen,
win.
on the way out, John, quick question for you, John. Are you going to be in attendance Sunday when the Bengals come up here with their soccer team? Shout out Joe Kurt, shout out Anaya Robinson, because they're going to tear LSU's kingdom down. Love y'all, bro.
Sammy in the Reg! Sammy in the Reg! Please be patient.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you. Not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play, it's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Basilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash.
T to the B back with you, and we welcome you. Listen, we've got a new show coming up on the other side. It's unbelievable, Andy Mack. The Playbook with William Pattison, it debuted yesterday. It was incredible. I'm looking for many happy returns from the Playbook with William Pattison, followed by Dubsy. Dubsy Do Right, along with the great Bob Baskerville. You will bow thy head when you say thy name, as we kick it with John Adams. And look, we're no doubt heading for a TLD Logistics overdrive, overtime. And the college football season is as compelling as it can possibly be. We had somebody, John, call the show the other night, decrying the transfer portal era. And my line is, the transfer portal era has made an already seriously compelling sport better. I think it's made it better, John.
Yeah, I think one of the things it's added is just surprise, particularly early in the season. You just don't know how these players and teams will all come together with all the transfers coming in. I mean, just watching the SEC alone, Ole Miss's starting quarterback's hurt and he can't play unless against Arkansas. And Ole Miss brings a guy off the bench that looks like he should be starting for 2/3 of the teams in the country. Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, this guy He's a real deal. He's a playmaker, and he's their backup quarterback. How do you get? See, we think nobody can have a talented backup quarterback now, but Ole Miss found one. But it's not going out and getting this kind of quarterback out of high school. It's working that portal.
Hey, listen, these kids now at the 1AA level, like talking with the head coach at ETSU and talking with the coach at down at Austin P even, those guys are on high alert because everybody's looking for ball players, and the ball players are all over the place. Joey Aguilar proves to me that there have been countless guys who have given the opportunity down through the years could have done what he's doing right now. Just the reality of it.
But they never got the chance.
Never got a chance.
And
now you get a chance. With this thing here, you get a chance now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right, John? I mean, the things that we thought we knew, and that's why I love the sport, because it's an ever-evolving mess is what college football is. And Matt said it the other day best. We could sit there and second-guess Josh Heupel all you want, but that's college football. Coaches do goofy things in games. Players do goofy things in games. They don't go off the script the way they do as much as they do like at the NFL level, and it creates an extremely volatile product that will play with your mind, that will make you angry. Losses like Saturday that will stay with you. I call them vol scars. I mean, they will they leave a mark. They put a scar on your body. In the meantime, I love you. I thank you. And the playbook with William Pattison is on the way next.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
It's a wild deal, John. This thing is. I hope y'all are right. I hope this team can get to the playoffs. That'd be an incredible coaching job.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by TLD Logistics. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Matt, is your expectation making the playoffs right now?
And now let's go to the guys with today's edition of TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, and then we go to the phones. Matt, is your expectation making a playoff from here?
I don't know if it should be the goal. Absolutely. With the offense you have, you should be able to score on everybody you play. But so, yeah, I think making the playoffs should be the goal.
Back to the phones we go at 865-200.
I mean, the key to me is, you look like an elite team, a playoff team, a team that wins playoff games on Saturday versus Georgia at home. Can you look like that playoff team when you go on the road?
And that's a huge question, isn't it, John? You don't know till you get there how these guys respond to road games.
No, you don't. But I think it helps to have a quarterback like Joey Aguilar. I don't think he will be phased playing on the road any more than Gunnar Stockton is. We've got a personality type here at quarterback. And Joey Aguilar's answered every question along the way. When they said he couldn't play out of high school, he's not going to be the starter to junior college, he always succeeds. And so I expect him to play well at Mississippi State in Starkville.
He's literally one of the great sports stories I've ever seen. And, John, we were talking off the air. What Nico I'm always going to leave you and his father did is one of the worst decisions in the history of organized sports since we've been following sports, John. That's what you said. You said it. John compared it to when the Cowboys, when the Vikings with Ron Lynn, their player personnel GM guy, gave like 9 picks and like 25 players to the Cowboys for Herschel Walker. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I compare it to when the California Angels, or when the Mets traded Nolan Ryan to the California Angels for Jim Fregosi. Nico, I'm always going to leave you for Joey Aguilar, and they initiated it. It's one of the greatest fleecings in the history of sports. That's what that is.
And what a great lesson it is for anybody in making making decisions and the changes that occur in your life.
Yeah.
Because if you're Joey Aguilar, your shining moment is you go from the Sun Belt to Hollywood. You're the quarterback of the UCLA Bruins.
Yep.
I know it's not a powerhouse program,
Yep.
but it's a big time, a big time college.
Yeah.
Before, it's got some history.
Yeah.
It's UCLA. It's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from that's a huge step to go from Appalachian State to UCLA, and then all of a sudden it's, well, no, you're not going to be a quarterback after all. It's like you won the lottery. Oh no, I'm sorry, we were off one number. You didn't win the lottery.
you
came
upon
close.
Further review.
Yeah, you came close, but you didn't win it, and so everything seems to have fallen apart for Joey Aguilar, and then he lands at a better program, in a higher profile program with better players around him. And all of a sudden, he's playing on one of the biggest stages in college football.
Yep.
And Nico is playing on Friday night
Yep.
against New Mexico, which is absolutely pummeling the Bruins.
A friend of mine asked me the question, Matt. I throw it by you, and then we go to the phones. Do you guys believe that Joey Aguilar's play over the weekend contributed to that coach getting fired when they peeled off the quarterback that could play and took the one that couldn't? Do you think the administration of UCLA was further embarrassed by what happened Saturday? Matt Dixon, yes or no?
No, I think that'd be giving UCLA's administration too much credit.
What do you think, John? I think they were.
No. The crazy thing is, there's a pretty decent chance UCLA's 0-3 right now if Aguilar's their quarterback. That's how bad they are.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, I think you're giving him too much credit, Tony. UCLA administrators. I mean, no, I don't think so. They didn't realize that. I think when their head coach is bemoaning the state of the program as if he's
detached
an innocent bystander. Yeah. Golly, I played here, man. I can't believe the program's fallen to this level. But wait, you're in charge.
To the phones we go. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Tony, Greg, how you guys?
Hey, Greg, welcome in.
Hope you guys are doing real good today. Hey, first of all, I've been watching the replay of Georgia Tech Clemson, and I watched it 2 or 3 other ACC games over the weekend. They kind of outdid the SEC in one thing, and that is on plays that are reviewed. They are going to their review center, showing the video screen, having the audio up where you can hear them make the call through beginning to end before it comes back live to the official on the field to tell the fans. Have you seen that?
I love it. It's another thing born out of these spring leagues. Why shouldn't you be able to watch the official, total transparency, watch the replay official conversing with the official on the field, and you hear him say, okay, so it's going to be 3rd down, and now where's the ball? Where's the clock? They work it all out. I love it, Greg. What a great thing for you to point out. And in a real football game, too, the other day in that Georgia Tech-Clemson game, really key moments of the game, they're watching the replay. Greg, I love it. I think it's compelling. Of all the things we've done, like, I don't like sideline reporters, no offense to them. I don't think sideline reporters have a play. They don't add anything. That really adds to the telecast. Sean, have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm glad Greg brought that up because it's something so much happened in a college football weekend. I completely forgot about that, but I was watching it. At first, I was taken aback. It was like, what's going on here? Because the SEC prides itself in being a leader in college football. Well, the ACC beat it in this area. And what it does, I think it makes everybody involved more accountable. And we need accountability. Because I saw 2 plays the first weekend that the review official blew. It was one in LSU Clemson game, one in the South Carolina Virginia Tech game. They looked at the review and got it wrong and overturned a call. So I thought that was great.
The interaction between the replay official. The other thing it does, Greg, is it didn't make me as frustrated as a viewer waiting for the 4 or 5 minutes to elapse for them to make a call because I'm listening to them work through it. The guy on the field is going, this is what I saw. The guy in the booth is going, okay, now I want you to look at this with me here. Let's look at this video together, and you tell me what you see because this is what I see on this play. And they're working it out together. It's great, Greg. Really, really good of you to point that out.
Yeah, I thought that when I first saw it, I said, man, that's something the SEC needs to do for sure. And I hope Greg Sankey and the guys look at it, maybe add it before the end of the year. And let me point out, one of your listeners viewing on YouTube, Orange Blood, making comments about me as Boo's #1 fan. I'm just a #1 Tennessee fan, Orange Blood. And whoever else wants to criticize my calls. And just go back and think. If Josh Heupel is good enough to think as well, we had a chance to win the game against Georgia. Would you not have think it would be a great idea to sneak Boo Carter in, put him in the slot or as a flanker, send people deep, get him out in space, throw him the ball? What do you think what might have happened? Orange Blood, or anybody else wants to criticize my calls, kiss my ass. I'll say it bluntly as well.
Thank you, Greg. Well put. And listen, Orange Blood and anybody else, I just want to say as a host of this show now, to quote George Bush the second, whatever president I am a uniter, not a divider. Okay?
Really?
But when it comes to caller-on-caller heat, I love it. I love it. I love caller-on-caller crime. Matt, should I not encourage that or should I encourage that? Because I'm loving some caller-on-caller crime. And did you see, Matt, the ACC replay deal and how they put all that on television and your thoughts on that? Because I found it to be really riveting television. I saw them do it in the spring leagues, but when you're watching spring league games, like, who cares? When you're watching these games of consequence, like this Clemson Georgia Tech game, it's really compelling. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm pro caller on caller violence. It enhances the show just like the replay stuff enhances the viewership of those games. I think that's a great addition. And I'll be shocked if all the other Power 4 leagues don't have that beginning next year.
I think they will.
It's a great thing, man.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because the ACC
is
not as high profile as the SEC and the Big Ten. And I think they might be reluctant to let themselves open for criticism and for mistakes, and so maybe they might tend to be less transparent. I wonder if that, or I wonder if they even thought about it. As far as caller-on-caller heat, I love that with my emailers. When I do my email call, it was when one emailer calls out another one. I think that's great. That's healthy.
Absolutely. We need more of that. And Greg, you telling somebody named Orange Blood to kiss your ass on here is encouraged. So,
well, I'm sure Orange Blood will have a retort.
Maybe he'll kiss it. Mi casa, tu casa, Orange Blood. Maybe Orange Blood's about to pucker up. Who knows? Let's go to the phones. It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, where we encourage you to rip each other. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
I'm not going to rip anybody.
Thank you.
Never would do that.
Thank
Not
you.
my style.
Thank you.
But can we start talking about Boo getting offensive packages when we maybe start being outside the top, 7 teams in the country in offense? I think our offense is okay the way it is.
Help on defense.
I don't think I'm ripping anybody. I'm just saying I think we're playing pretty good the way it is.
Yeah, but I do think, we said this in preseason. He's one of those playmakers. You don't see him every game, but he's one of those guys. He gets a ball in his hand and he scares defenses. I think if you just put him in the slot, a defense, it would force the defense to at least pay attention. If nothing else, he might be a decoy.
Yeah, I actually had that discussion with some people on Sunday about him as a decoy. It's a great thought, but he missed most of summer when they could have been working on these things, and then he was way down in the doghouse during fall camp. So forcing him into that is of his own making. He missed too much time to be put into the packages on offense. It's his own fault. And if you put him in for one play, then you have to, for a decoy, then you have to sub him back out. And we know our coach doesn't want to sub because he wants to go fast and not allow the defense to sub. So there's reasons why. I mean, if you're going to have him go out there and be a decoy, he's got to play the whole possession then.
Well, I also think that I wonder how much the coaches trust Boo Carter at this point because of what happened in the offseason.
Or how much the captain of the offense, number 87, is a fan of him. There's that issue too. But let's move off of that. That's not really important. I want to start by saying rest in peace to the Sundance Kid, Roy Hobbs, and either Woodward or Bernstein. I cannot remember which one he played in the movie, but to the great Robert Redford, rest in peace.
Oh man, I didn't even know that.
Passed away this morning.
Yeah,
American treasure.
Passed away this morning.
87.
What a great actor! So many great movies. That with Paul Newman and Robert Redford and Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Are you kidding me?
Man, I could watch that movie every week.
Oh, and he was a fantastic director too. Just all-time favorite, man. Love him. I love Tim Banks. I think he does tons of good stuff. I thought he had bad moments the other day, and I thought the point that everybody made that he was missing starters actually makes the point that if you're missing some of your key players, coaching risky on defense and putting backups in tough situations probably is the absolute wrong thing to do. It's more of a point. You've got to play more conservative when you're using a bunch of backups. So that's my only thing there. And lastly, I'm going to be quick today. I don't know where Bronny got the question from to ask Watson, but it's a brilliant question, and it's a brilliant question because, like lawyers say, you never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. Well done, Bronny.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks,
not
Rusty.
sure. I'm not sure I want Brian defending me in court, though.
I will accept on behalf of Brian, and I will accept his award.
Do you think Brent Pry could be a analyst for the Vols if him and Banks work together, and if you could bring him on staff to sort of, defensively?
Did a really nice job at Virginia Tech. Why not? I mean, analysts to the world. They have.
Can't hurt.
No, I agree, Matt.
Oh no, bring
Doug Luttrell was awful at Oklahoma last year, and he's here, and he might have had a big hand in the game plan Saturday. You don't know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, if you can afford it, if it's in your budget, you can always bring in more analysts. You get another set of eyes looking at video.
I wonder how many they have, these schools now. It's so metastasized, like modern-day Babylon, man.
Jeez.
It's
just an army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Though, for all the defensive lapses and stuff, and they occurred on both sides. It was that kind of game.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Georgia won that game with a throw Gunnar Stockton made that really had nothing to do with you. That was such a great throw. If you can determine it, winning or losing a game on a throw like that,
yep,
you think you're going to win the game on that because you can't think of a quarterback making a perfect throw.
Championship teams make championship plays, man. It's just a way.
That was the first. Kirby Smart just said that was London Humphrey's first fourth down touchdown catch. Was the first time he caught a pass on that route in his career.
Back to the phones we go. I mean, that's why the thing stays with you.
because that's a brutal loss. They made an incredible play to beat you.
Yeah, but as you said, that's what the very top teams do. That's what you have to do to win a championship.
That's why you got to knock them out when you get a chance. When you get a chance to go up 13 on them, I'm not belaboring a point here, but that's my takeaway lesson. When I get a chance to knock them out, I go for a knockout. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air. It's
Would have thrown to the double coverage.
I don't care where you throw it, Matt. Throw the damn ball. TLD Logistics.
Yeah, in the double coverage.
Matt. You don't run the ball 3 straight times. That's never the right.
They had RPOs were built into those plays.
But if
they did that Georgia just out schemed them there.
And
you don't think Kirby Smart thought they were going to take a deep shot there too?
You can't throw the ball underneath.
I mean, their four DBs were like well over 10 yards off the line.
You can't throw the ball underneath there to a tight end.
Yeah, and that was built into the RPO plays, and they handed it off, and their offensive line didn't block.
Well, there was.
I'm not going to criticize them for that.
There was a missed block on that. It came down to execution, really. Yeah. A missed block there, a false start somewhere else.
Yeah.
And a missed kick.
Georgia won the line of scrimmage a lot more than I thought when I rewatched the game. They really won at the line of scrimmage.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, guys, it's Parker. Good afternoon, boys.
Hey, Parker, welcome in.
Hey, I know there's been a lot of caller-on-caller violence, and Tony, I know you may be a divider instead of uniter, but can I try to unite some callers by giving some compliments?
Please, but don't go too far with that.
Hey, man, I don't know who's got better impact on their team, Joey Aguilar on this Tennessee football team or that new caller Austin yesterday, man. He made a great point with the 3-star quarterbacks. That's an insane stat.
That's uncanny how the 5-star guys aren't winning national championships, Sean. That's counterintuitive, isn't it?
Yeah, but
I mean,
I thought
it makes sense.
Watson Brown did a great job of addressing that.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense, and I just tried. It intrigued me. I was trying to go all the way back and just think about all the quarterbacks that have won previously to Trevor Lawrence, and there really is a lot. Then you think about what Saban did with McElroy and McCarron and all of those. John Parker. Well, I guess he didn't win a championship, but still, all those mediocre Bama quarterbacks. They definitely weren't 5-star prospects.
Well, somebody pointed out back in the summer. T. Martin's numbers were as pedestrian could be, but you won a national championship. I mean, what? At the end of the day, what matters?
I know our fans are crucifying him now, Tony.
At the end of the day, what matters? At the end of the day, what matters? It's
like
weird.
all the people that get mad at Heupel and say Joe Klatt and say we don't have an NFL offense. Doesn't matter. We have a good college offense. We're not playing NFL. We're not playing on Sunday. Anyway.
Yeah, that is a great point. Like a guy like Joe Klatt that would say something like that needs to find something else to do, because I always hate when I'm watching college games and they go, that guy's going to play on Sundays. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care. That's not what I'm watching.
And to me, it minimizes what you're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what happens to the guy in the NFL. This is the game I'm watching or covering.
I don't need your validity. You don't need to validate what I'm looking at and tell me it's so many NFL players. Okay, fine. Joey Aguilar is damn good. I mean, he's going to function fine on a college football field. That's enough for me.
Yeah, ask Kirby Smart what he thinks about Joey Aguilar if he can play on Sundays after what the blender that we put him into defensively on that first quarter. Anyway, I digress. What I was calling that is I heard y'all talk about this, the playoff odds. What were the top 5 SEC teams to make it in terms of odds? I had to step away, but I heard that during the training point.
Yeah, so if you go to my blog at tclub.team today, I feature the email from the guy that called yesterday from Morristown. But we also talk about the odds, and here are the numbers, just if you're playing along. From the SEC, Georgia's minus 250, Texas minus 200, LSU minus 150, Alabama minus 140, A&M minus 125. And then the next two are Ole Miss and Oklahoma are grouped together at plus 200. Tennessee and Auburn are grouped together at plus 250. Missouri is plus 400.
Can we get 6 SEC teams into that playoff, or maybe minimum at 5? I mean, this has to be all the pundits and everybody who went off on the SEC being the weakest it ever was because you had Ohio State and Notre Dame playing each other. Just for us to turn around and do this, I mean, every team in this league, minus Kentucky, because they're just waiting till Midnight Madness and Rupp. But every team besides them actually cares, and it's pretty tough, guys. Like I think Mississippi State could probably win the Big 12 right now. I'm serious.
John, how deep would you go to find an SEC team that was not capable of winning the Big 12? For instance, is Tennessee capable of doing it?
Yeah, Tennessee's capable of winning the SEC too, though.
All right. How about Auburn? They capable of winning the Big 12? They're grouped with Tennessee on this thing.
Possibly. The Big 12 is such a wide open league.
Yes. You know who would function well in that league? They're built for it is Missouri. Yeah, which is ironic.
I know. There is great irony there.
Matt, Missouri could, I mean, theoretically, if you threw them in that league and gave them, I don't know, Kansas's schedule, they could maybe win that league, couldn't they?
They beat Kansas earlier.
That's kind of why I said that.
Yeah, but Kansas isn't the best team in that league.
No.
Arizona State's dropped off. I tell you what, Texas Tech, man, you better be ready to score some points against those guys.
Yep. They got the money.
They got the money.
Honey.
Yeah, so
Tony, what's Vanderbilt's odds to make the college football playoff? I'm just curious.
Plus 1,000.
Guys, that's not crazy. I mean, I know we like to rag on Vanderbilt, and I get it because they're little brother. I understand that, but I'm looking at their schedule because I'm just curious. Their toughest 4 games, I think, are LSU, Bama, Tennessee, and Texas. Guys, if they lose to like us and we're a top 10 team, and they lose to number 3 LSU. And they went out. You're telling me they're not going to make the playoffs?
They're going to beat Alabama 2 years in a row?
Alabama's going to be a shell.
Do pigs fly to the moon? Is that before or after pigs fly to the moon that night? I mean, come on, man. Hey, Matt, is Vandy beating Alabama 2 years in a row, Matt? In any universe ever created, Matt?
I'd be stunned if they do.
I mean, come on, guys. They would be calling my boys at Goof on Moving and Storage. They'd make a 500-mile trip down there, and they would have that dude's house cleaned out by the time he got back from campus. You imagine, John, what those people would do if Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I don't know if Alabama can afford to get rid of him, though. But I think that's no, I give Vanderbilt all the credit in the world. Vanderbilt is a completely, since Diego Pavia became its quarterback, it plays with a completely different attitude. It's physical, it's focused, and it plays with confidence and toughness.
I call it fired up, focused, and prepared. They're real. They're real. It's a real legitimate football team.
But it's not a playoff team. It's not going to hold up over the course of the season.
To his point, though, how many SEC teams, guys? Because I think the ACC is going to get 2, and they might get 3 if they keep tracking the way they are.
3?
Well, Florida State, Miami, and that Georgia Tech team you picked earlier. Georgia Tech, they're going to be favored in every game except Georgia at the end.
If Georgia Tech would beat Georgia, then that would Tennessee and the rest of the SEC needs Georgia to do really well. I mean,
no, you're right.
Games like that,
when you play non-league, you gotta show something.
The A&M went over Notre Dame. The LSU went over Clemson. Yeah. Those games matter a lot. You would
start chanting SEC, Tom.
4-bid league, Bri? What do you think? 5-bid league? What do you think, Matt? 4-bid league? 5 for our league? Because the Big 12's only.
I say at least 4. At least 4 to 6. I seriously could see 4 to 6.
I just think 4. I think you kind of capped at 4.
I think you'll have 4. I agree with Matt.
Can you get a 5th? Is there a way to get a 5th?
Oh, there's a way, but I just don't see it happening. I think some of these SEC teams that could finish 9-3, going back to last year, the teams that can finish 9-3, say a Missouri, their schedule isn't as strong as some other teams. If Oklahoma finishes 9-3, it's got to be in the playoffs.
What's really interesting, Parker, about the numbers is the top 3 teams to make it are Ohio State's minus 1,000, which why even watch your season at that point? Oregon's minus 500, and Penn State's minus 400. And the reason is because there's nobody else in that league that will beat those three teams. Those Penn State plays both Oregon and Ohio State, but they can go 10-2, basically not be challenged by anybody else, and cruise into the playoffs. So those three teams are getting in. I'm not sure who else from that league gets in. So if there's only 3 from that league, and let's say there's only 2 from the ACC, 1 from the Big 12, I mean, why couldn't we get 5 here?
One of the things about the Big Ten, 18-team league, we talk about disparities in schedule in the SEC. It could be even greater in the Big Ten. Indiana got into the playoff last year. There could be a team like that get into the playoff. I was looking at Maryland's schedule.
Illinois is a good one, Matt.
Yeah. Yep. Maryland doesn't play Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, or Southern Cal.
My gosh.
I think I'm right on that.
That's embarrassing.
No, it plays Michigan, but it doesn't play any of those teams.
The big ones.
And I'm not saying Maryland could do it, but a team that's pretty good that gets that kind of schedule, say an Illinois gets that schedule, it's in the playoff.
That would really suck if an Illinois finished 10-2 and they took a spot away from, say, us. That would really suck, man. Because comparing those two leagues, there is no comparison. I'm sorry to say.
I don't see how they would take a spot, Tony. Because if we go 10-2, we're going to have three really highly ranked wins, or maybe even 4. You know, and then the calculus of what you're saying. I mean, I would say 3. The Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. That's going to be the 3 from the Big Ten. You're going to get Texas Tech from the Big 12. I'm trying to think of all the automatic. Georgia, LSU, automatic, and then who ACC would probably be Georgia Tech or Miami, definitely. So I mean, I would say 4 or 5 for the SEC, which is crazy, but I mean it is from the top to the bottom, every team except for Kentucky can play, and the
Totally
Big Ten is just so concentrated on those top 3 that everything else is just kind of whatever. I mean, there's compliments. Like I think Illinois kind of compliments Tennessee, but I think Tennessee is more of a physical team and just would outgas them as well, physical and faster. But yeah, guys, I'm serious about. I'll go back to it, but man, I really want Vandy to beat Alabama. Can you imagine the chaos? Like, we need the chaos.
I would love it. No. You got me. I would love to see Vanderbilt just roll through their schedule till they get to us. It would be
and they're
be like this year's Indiana. It would be so fun for college football if they did that. And here's the thing about the Pavia guy. The Pavia guy is damn fun. He's like our guy. I mean, I know people listening to me hate Vanderbilt, and I get it. But the Pavia guy is so fun. He's so cocky. He can play.
The last thing I'll say,
go ahead.
The most fun football season we've had, I think, at least in my lifetime, and I'm almost 30 years old, was 2007. We had South Florida, West Virginia, Rutgers, who else? Kentucky, South Carolina, all of the at the top of the sports with some of the blue buds like Ohio State. That's what we want. I mean, I think that's whenever college football that's best. So that's all I have. Go Vols. We're going to make the playoffs. Don't worry about it.
What else did you want to add, Matt? Go ahead.
And that 2007 season, I believe Kansas and Missouri were both 11-1, playing for the Big 12 title. So those were 2 top 10 teams that year too. That was just the ultimate year of chaos.
Wow.
I'm looking at the Illinois schedule.
Yep.
And Illinois could be Indiana from last year.
Read it to me.
Okay, we'll start with conference. I'm just going with conference play.
Yep.
It's got an easy non-conference schedule. At Indiana, Saturday. At Southern Cal the next week. At Purdue. Ohio State at home. Washington on the road. Rutgers at home. Maryland on the road. At home. Wisconsin on the road. Northwestern. Illinois, okay, give it the loss to Ohio State. It doesn't play Michigan. It doesn't play Oregon. And it doesn't play Penn State. So,
if they win the next 2 weeks, they're in the playoffs.
I think Matt's right. So they avoid Michigan, Penn State, and who was the third one?
Oregon.
And
Oregon. And they've got Southern Cal at home. Southern Cal's got to come more than halfway across the country to play there. That's I would pick Southern Cal in that game, but still.
Matt, if they go 10-2 and they lose to, they play USC at home and they're at Ohio State.
Yeah, if they lose those two games, but they win at Washington and they win out, they're 10-2.
Wow.
And what would be their best win?
They would probably
at Indiana, at Duke.
Wow.
I mean,
that's embarrassing.
It's set up for Illinois to make the playoff.
And that's kind of what we're talking about.
The Big Ten's going to get 4 in as well, Tone. I mean,
really?
There's only 3 that probably deserve it.
Yeah.
But they'll have a 4th team that gets the 10-2. It could be USC even.
Well, you see, that's a good point. USC might because they'll look for a brand name. That's a decent thought on your part. Although I don't know if I trust USC yet. I will say this about USC. They've been cover darlings so far. They've been hammering these lesser teams.
They didn't against Purdue last week. I had them.
Oh, they didn't cover?
No, they didn't cover in that game.
Good call there, Tom.
Thank you.
Southern Cal.
Tennessee's covered. I think there's 4 SEC teams that have covered all 3 games. There's I think it's 10 or 12 have covered all their games, and it's like Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Missouri, and some other SEC, Oklahoma.
You know what's funny about Saturday? What losing games like Tennessee does? It short circuits my brain to the point where I don't even remember what happened with other games. Like I was talking to Gold Brick Joe about that. It is, it's jolting when you lose a game like that and then do the post game. So I missed the Purdue USC deal. Go ahead, John. You're doing some whittling over there.
I'm looking at Southern Cal.
Yeah.
The thing about Southern Cal, you're right. You're not right not to trust Southern Cal.
Yes.
But you're wrong to think they don't have enough talent. They always have talent. And sometimes they got the wrong coaches. Sometimes the team just doesn't play up to its potential. But when I look at that schedule, it's at Oregon. Let's say that's a loss. It doesn't play Penn State, and it doesn't play Ohio State.
Say in those 18-team leagues, you can hide in plain sight.
You can play. So it's got Michigan at home, Notre Dame on the road. Southern Cal can make the playoff. It really would be advantageous for the SEC. You would like to see Southern Cal beat Notre Dame.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you want Notre Dame eliminated.
That's true. But is Notre Dame already eliminated at 10-2 with their easy schedule, as some people think?
Well, I don't know. I question that, and I'm with, I just think if Big Ten, I agree with Matt, the Big Ten will get 4 teams in. The committee doesn't want to make it look like they're favoring the SEC.
But they wouldn't be favoring the SEC. The SEC is a better conference. I mean, the numbers are what the numbers are. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our Tuesday edition. John Adams in the house, presented by Jennifer Morris. Next move, SmokyMountains.com. Hi.
Hey, guys. It's Music City Sam.
Hey, Sammy, baby.
Hey, so listen to this. In the last 4 years, there have been 3 teams to score 41 on Georgia. Tennessee, Alabama, Ohio State. Georgia Tech scored 42 last year, but it took them 8 overtimes. Joey Aguilar is the 3rd most passing yards against Georgia in the last 4 years as well. Is that any good for a guy that came off the scrap heap?
Tennessee, Alabama, and whom? And Ohio State.
Yep.
And what was the and what's the stat?
And then Joey Aguilar has had the 3rd most passing yards against Georgia in the last 4 years as well. So only to be outdone by Bryce Young and Milroe last year.
So they were the only teams to score. What was that again? 40. What was the
41?
Number? 41. Okay.
Well,
Georgia
Tennessee's
Tech got
41
42,
came in
but it
overtime.
took 'em-
So are they still up there?
Well, only 3 points. Still, it's close.
No, I'll give it to
we
you,
also
man.
don't have 5 stars.
No, I'm giving it. I'm giving you that. I will give you that. And you make a great point about Aguilar. So he had the third most passing yards against the Georgia defense in the last 4 years. That's not bad for the nation's leader in interceptions last year. That's not bad.
The third game into 4 new offensive linemen, new receiving corps, and a new quarterback. I mean, it's remarkable when you really think about it.
Yes.
And also, conversely, on the defensive side, I'm not as worried about it as a lot of people are, because one of the things when you come out and score 21 quickly, like they did against Syracuse and Georgia, it's really hard for a defense to hold people under many points, because they're just going to start throwing the stops out because they know they have to score. I mean, it's not going to be these slugfests that we did last year. And also, I mean, the Syracuse game and Georgia game, I mean, give the kid credit. He made the 4th and 6th throw. And in Syracuse, they made a 4th and 10th throw. Those are 2 batted balls down from your defense only giving up 22 points a game. When we get some of these guys back, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I don't know if you will get them back, though. I don't know if Ricky Gibson will be back.
No, I don't think he's back.
And I really wonder about Jermon McCoy, because that's such a tough injury to come back from, particularly when you play his position. I just don't know if he can come back. But can he be an All-American cornerback coming off an ACL? I think that would be asking a lot.
That's a legitimate, no question about it. That's a legitimate issue. No doubt, John.
Yeah, it's an issue, but I'm specifically McCoy. If he could come back for the last month of the season and just take some of the snaps away from Ty Redmond and Colton Hood, because, I mean, they played 90-plus snaps in that game. You do need some depth there. If he can do that, then that would be good enough for me. I really think on the 2 guys on the defensive line are who we need back.
Oh, my gosh.
Quickly.
Man. That's huge. That is
huge.
But
I heard that David Hobbs is already running, so that's a good sign.
Nice.
But
I think those guys will be back quickly.
It's an encouraging. Again, and I called in the overtime show, but I'm still encouraged by that game from what I saw, because I guess in my perspective is the '98 season. I was 6 years old, so from '98 to 2005, I always had the thought that we could win any game we played, and I haven't thought that against Georgia until this year, where it's like, oh wait, we can actually win most any game we play this year. Mm-hmm. And that was the coolest feeling for me.
I think that's a very interesting point, and because going into the season, that's a game I just lined through, and I think I called it an impossibility back in the summer, because when you look at the schedule, you just kind of have to look at it in real time and just sort of be honest. But then when you saw the Vols play, you're like, whoa, this thing has a little life to it here. These guys are a little better than they were supposed to be, and I wasn't going off anything I saw from Georgia, because one thing we've learned is that none of that matters till Georgia plays a real game. That pro football hocus-pocus nonsense that people want to quote back to me when I go on these different shows. And I had a guy last week on a radio show tell me, well, the Georgia quarterback, he hasn't thrown a touchdown. I said, do you really believe that? Like there's some mythical thing where he can't throw a touchdown pass? I mean, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, here's another thing. People were really wondering about Georgia's offensive line.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good against Tennessee, nailing that win down when it
said,
was running the ball. Yeah.
Like Matt said. Now, pass protection is an issue for them. Like at tackle, that's kind of an issue. Like nobody's perfect.
I know, but they didn't run they were having short yardage plays where they weren't making first downs against Austin Peay and Marshall. Yeah. But you're not going to see that. You're not going to see that same bunch against Tennessee or Alabama or Texas.
No. And the real schemes too. They were doing things in the running game that they weren't doing against those vanilla teams, because they don't give a damn about those games. Anybody that gambles knows that Kirby Smart is 0-15 when he's a 35-point favorite or more. You just keep playing those guys. Keep playing the underdog rather. Just keep playing it because Kirby doesn't care. He does not care.
He's not betting on those games,
obviously, and he doesn't care about. A lot of these guys want to pull the line for their boosters. Not him. But thank you.
He might tell the boosters to take the under.
Maybe. Kind of like when Pruitt was here, and I appreciate the call. Thank you, Sam.
Kirby does as good a job of any coach at preparing his team for a 15 or 16 game schedule. That's their expectation, and he coaches like that. And they'll be better, in 2 weeks when they play Bama. It might not show up, but they'll be a better team then. And then a month later, they'll be a better team then than they were. They continue to get better, and Kirby does an incredible job of kind of slowly bringing his team along so that they don't peak too early. It's really impressive the way that he does it.
That's a great point.
That's a really good point, Matt. And one of the things, when you look at it, you do comparative scores, and we know how foolish that can be. But when you're on that selection committee and you're looking for things to distinguish one team from another, that's why Tennessee fans should pull for Georgia against Alabama, because Alabama's got a loss outside the conference, a decisive loss to Florida State. What Tennessee fans want is for Georgia to knock them off. Georgia knocks them off, and Georgia keeps winning, and Georgia most importantly, beats Georgia Tech. And then Tennessee can look at it and say, we lost in overtime to that team, and we had four or five starters.
That Alabama bunch, y'all, I think they're beating Georgia in a couple weeks.
So, I don't.
And I think it's going to be a hell of a game. And it is indicative of the depth of this league, because there are going to be games like that all year in this league, week in and week out. The week we play, that's the same week that Tennessee goes to Mississippi State, right? That's one great week in college football.
Yes.
There are crazy great games that weekend on the card. This week's another C- week, it looks like, on the card. But watch the fireworks this week. I mean, these teams lay one on top of the other in that top 30. And we say it every week. These teams in the top 30 can all kind of beat each other or be beaten.
And just think how differently we view an entire season based on what happens on a Saturday. For example, what if Auburn would upset Oklahoma in Norman?
That's a shot.
Suddenly everybody looks at Auburn like, oh.
Well.
I mean, I don't think it will, but things that I think will happen often don't. So.
Well, this league is just never been more volatile.
I think a sneaky important game for the SEC is Ole Miss against Tulane. Ole Miss needs to win that game for the SEC. Ole Miss's defense is looking so vulnerable. I know it can score, but Tulane's...
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, Tulane's a decent team. It's a 12-point underdog, 12.5-point underdog.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that tells you that's a winnable game.
12.5 certainly within the margin of, and that happens all the time.
Yeah, you don't know about Ole Miss's quarterback, how beat up he is.
No, but see, that other guy's really good.
Tulane's got the BYU transfer who I think just arrived there literally in August.
Yeah. Right. He said he told Joey.
So they should still take another jump, and they just pounded Duke the other day. I think Duke scored late to make it look interesting, but the fun part about that is it was Tulane's quarterback last year that went to Duke, Darian Mensah.
Yeah.
He's a real Mensa member. You watch him play. By the way, the guy that transferred from BYU told Joey Aguilar, he said, "Hold my near beer, hold my near beer." All right, because anything you can do, I can do better. My friends at VIP Play, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just keep getting smoked and keep making bad plays, and then I look back at it. And I was talking to Lee about it, and Lee's like, "Yeah, it always looks bad, man, after the ball kicks off, and you go, why'd I do that?" But it is so fun to have a little action on a football weekend. And that's kind of where VIP play is. They want you to have a great experience. And that's why when you claim your VIP play welcome bonus, you make a bet $5 or more, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code and the phrase that pays is TN Tony. And the bottom line is they're live always with 200-plus leagues. Last night they had all kinds of specials going on that NFL doubleheader on Monday Night Football. They've got props, they've got options, all kinds of stuff. If Tennessee would have won that game, I would have hit the parlay the other day.
So
VIP
sad.
play where everybody gets treated like a VIP. 200 leagues, live always. Say it, know it, and write it down if you have a gambling problem. 800-889-9789. 21 and over, located in the state of Tennessee to place a bet. John Joshy Boy called us. He hit an 8-legger a couple weeks ago, an 8-leg parlay. You know how hard that is to hit an 8-leg parlay?
It's virtually impossible.
I would say it's virtually impossible. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, guys. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon.
Jeff from Jonesboro.
Welcome in.
Just a quick note on the game Saturday. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but that was a great. I was at the game. That was a great crowd. It absolutely hurts to lose. I hadn't felt like that since 1972 Alabama, but. I was proud of the crowd. I really was. Something that Watson Brown brought up earlier, and John has talked about it, and you have too, Tony, is this idea of the competent quarterback with good timing is better, at least in Josh Heupel's system, than the 5-star who seems to be stuck in his own fears about, I don't know, just looking great, just put the ball on time. And the question about overthrowing versus underthrowing, I think that's made our receivers, who were, as John said earlier today, were pedestrian last 2 years. They seem more engaged. Every time they go out there, they think, well, I'm going to have a jump ball. I'm going to go get it.
They have a shot to make a play. And a receiver thinks he can beat a DB one-on-one. So, yeah, I thought Watson made that was a great point Watson made about throwing the deep ball. Because you go back over the last 2 years, an interesting stat would be how many receivers did Tennessee's quarterbacks, Joe Milton, Nico Yamaleava, overthrow on a deep ball. Quite a few.
It seems like it, but these, the guys just seem motivated going up there, climbing the ladder to go get it. It's pretty exciting, and it was like a bolt of lightning every time he threw one of those. Would they go, here we go, he got it, touchdown, just fantastic.
He's got the Brazil guy a lot more engaged than we've ever seen him, which, you know what? When you know as a wide receiver that the ball could be coming your way and could be in a spot where, and I hate to use this term, but it's within your catch radius, rather than thrown way over you, I would imagine you'd stay engaged at that point because you can eat with this guy playing quarterback for you.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is a big Tulane fan, and he really talked up Chris Brazzell before last year. And, I kind of mentioned this summer, says, he's catching some flack in the Tennessee circles right about now. And he said, no, he's great. He's a great receiver. And I just think he needed a better quarterback. I'm starting to really think that we were just deficient at quarterback the last couple of years. I think that's becoming clear.
But how can that be when this guy is compared to those two guys, is like a rag arm quarterback who led the nation in interceptions last year?
Well, I don't know about Joe,
it doesn't make any
but
sense.
in terms of last year, Joey is happy to be there. He feels blessed to be there. He's not entitled.
That's a good point.
All he cares about is making the play and winning. This look at this kid. Look at the stage he was on the other day, and they didn't lose because of him. He did not wilt. He wants to be there. I don't think that can be overlooked. How much the want to factor, and as Watson said, the inside factor. It's there. I bought a Joey Aguilar jersey the other day, and I wore it proudly. I never wear jerseys.
Nice, but you can relate to him, right?
What's that?
He's not. You can relate to him. He's not one of these, like they used to call him in the '60s. He's not one of these bonus baby guys now that you give all this money to him. And this kid, everybody, America. That's who we are. We are Joey Aguilar.
He's America's quarterback.
He really is. I mean, if you stop and think about it, all kidding aside, he's everything that you want in a sports story. He appreciates it. His mother's over there crying, teaching the when they run through the tee. In an era and an age of entitled athletes who we all kind of go, why in the hell do I care about this? These people don't care about me. You know, another thing that the fringe quarterback gives you that the pro prospect won't is when it's winning time, the fringe guy is going to sell his body out because it's the highest stage and highest level he's going to play at. Whereas those other guys, you know, I was watching the kid from Clemson the other day. You had Haynes King out there running around selling out his body, and you had the other guy that had no interest in it. And he can run. Cabe Klubnik can run. And I'm not saying Cabe Klubnik's, you know, dogging it out there, but hey, they're telling me I'm going to be a first-round pick. You think I'm going to risk my shoulder for Dabo Swinney? I mean, give me a break. It's true. If you get a guy that this is his highest level, John, and he's living his dream out there, he's going to play all out in that Georgia game. If I got a five-star guy that's been told from the time he's 12 years old, you're going to be worth $200 million, is he going to put his shoulder down and try to make a play? I'm being serious.
I know. Haynes King is, I mean, Georgia's going to have to deal with another Joey Aguilar.
No question.
Except Haynes King is different type. They asked him to run the ball. I mean, that guy, I think he can run the ball with a broken leg. He said, well, just tape it up, and I'll go out there.
Well, that post-game, he was being interviewed with the head coach here who does a great job, and he said, look, the reason we're not out here celebrating acting a fool is we knew we were winning the game. And the reason we knew we were winning the game is we put in the work in the summer. We walked out here expecting to win. I'll tell you what, I was surprised with how Tennessee expected to win the other day. They were very workmanlike in that game. They weren't like overselling their scores or over-celebrating. This Aguilar guy, I'm telling you, I love this dude, man. This is a great story that we're watching here.
And did you see some of the hits he took the other day?
How about both quarterbacks? The guy from Georgia is another one. He's not a high-level pro prospect. He hangs in there, both guys, till the very last second, and they get hammered, and they let the ball go. Hammered. Yeah, but that one shot Joey Aguilar took in the open field when he tried to run the ball, and that safety came up and about eradicated him from life. That was a nasty shot, y'all. Nasty. And he got right up.
Yeah. I was glad to see him get up, man. I thought, uh-oh, here we go. That's bad.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you, my brother.
Ma.
You know, Matt, the concept of when you bring the five-star guy in, you got to coddle him. You do. You got to play ball with him. You got to coddle him.
You got to be worried about him transferring
somewhere else. Got to worry about transferring. There's word out there, guys, that Nico's already contacted 4 teams. Do you all believe that?
Oh, no doubt about it. Oh, sure.
Matt, does a have take Nico after this year?
No, not to be the starter, no.
He predicted that before the year. I give him credit. He said it's going to be such a disaster, and he'll be so diminished that not only will he not get drafted, he will not have the opportunity at a high-level school to be a starter. I wonder if the family pulls him off the field after 4 games, like you're saying, John.
I think it's a possibility.
That would suck because I'm really having fun. I'm not hate watching him because I feel sorry for him.
Please. I'm I've watched every UCLA game. I enjoy watching UCLA this season the way I enjoyed Kent State last season. Because I know going into the game, it's going to lose. It's going to just get beaten badly. I mean, watching New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Were
they a 17-point favorite, or am I imagining things? Was that the number?
15 and a half.
15 and a half, thank you.
But it was
2 touchdowns plus.
Yeah, but it was the way New Mexico won. It was just that, okay, we're just going to run the ball off tackle again and again and again.
And their head coach looks like an old school coordinator in the SEC back in the day. I love him.
Kind of got some Jim Chaney in
it.
He's an old Wisconsin offensive lineman.
He looks so awesome, Matt.
He ain't going to be at New Mexico too long.
Damn.
He's Belima. He might be Wisconsin's next coach.
How much cheese has the guy? To the phones we go. Hello and welcome in.
Hey, Tony, it's Orange Blood. How's it going?
Hey, Blood, welcome in.
Hey, I just wanted to let Greg know, everything's going on in the YouTube channel. No offense to Greg at all. I really respect him. We do have fun in the chat room a lot of times. Keep it light. I mean, Tony, your gallery of callers and fans from top to bottom, and even I'm including Florida /Hank /Calvin /One Take Timmy, who has the same script every time he calls / Southern Florida, even down to the newest addition, the guy over at Harriman. They're all great. This is what makes your show amazing.
And that YouTube chat, and I didn't want to tell Greg this, but I get in there and I get blasted, okay? And like on the Pats game the other night, there were a couple people in there just wearing me out. Greg, you cannot. If people are mentioning you in the chat, it kind of means you're relevant. Like when you're getting ripped, it's not a bad thing, Greg. It means that Orange Blood loves you. I mean, in a lot of ways, Orange Blood, and I don't know what you wrote about him, but that you would take the time to rip the guy in the YouTube chat speaks volumes to your character as far as I'm concerned. And I think it means you like the guy as a caller.
Oh, absolutely. Greg's, going along, several years back, I've always enjoyed his calls.
See?
No offense to him at all on that. I think we're just having a little good ribbon fun. That's what, we're a family here. That's what we do.
Yep. John,
and,
do you agree?
if I met him down there at Calhoun's or at the game,
him. I know.
I'd give him a hug, shake him, and we could talk Boo Carter. We could talk whatever we want to because he's a good guy.
Yeah, and
I really respect him. I do.
But I love the fact that Greg's committed to the bit. The Boo Carter bit, Greg is committed to the bit now. Would you agree with that, John? I mean, he is.
Yeah. Well, you can make that case. I think.
They should be playing offense some?
Yeah, you can make that case.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but again...
Oh, yeah, look, the potential he has, that young man has.
But I don't think...
I haven't seen somebody that with that potential and that dog in him since Jawan Jennings.
And
Jawan Jennings is one of my favorites in the last 40 years.
Yeah, he's got some dog in him, too, which is another reason I'd put him on offense. I'd say tackle this guy.
Yeah. Dare them to tackle him. Absolutely.
So you and Greg agree on that. But you were just kind of poking fun at Greg and kind of having some fun with him in the chat. Greg, listen.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, because you've poked at me before, and we all love each other.
Tony, I thought you were encouraging heat between callers, and now you're the great peacemaker.
No, wait a second. When he goes back on the YouTube chat, he'll rip the hell out of Greg. That's the best thing about it. He's just explaining why he's doing it. You're not going to quit criticizing Greg on YouTube, are you, Orange Blood?
No, next time he comes on, he'll be Boo's #1 fan.
See?
Okay.
No, but it's all in good fun, Greg. No offense.
See?
If I was going to pick on somebody more, I'd pick on Florida all the time when he's in there.
Well, but
deservedly.
Who has been? You couldn't find Florida on the side of a milk carton right now.
He's
Where's he
like
been?
last year's Easter egg.
Would it be?
Where's Florida?
South Florida. He's South Florida.
Where's he
He's
been?
shopping for South Florida jerseys.
Give me a little Florida, Brian. What would Florida say on the heels of the other night? And use the word sloth for that quarterback. Go ahead, Brian. Give me a little Florida.
Florida is slow. We're gonna lose to Central Florida. We're gonna use the Florida Atlantic.
Hey, Brian, give me a little Mike Griffith on the heels of that win the Georgia win and advocacy and all that. Do a little Mike Griffith for us.
Hey, man, I'm just glad that I have more access this week, man, because I know Kirby Smart. I actually invited Kirby Smart to come up on my boat, man, and talk about how the coaches did such a great job, fantastic job, man. And I just knew Tennessee couldn't get it done, man. You know, man.
So illiterate. Hey, thank you.
Man.
Thank you. It's totally illiterate. It's so illiterate. Ah!
We better jump off.
TLD Logistics
Good job,
phone lines.
Brian.
Hello and welcome in. Final call.
Good day, gentlemen. So
Welcome in.
I got to say it. It's been bothering me all weekend, of course. Do you feel like Heupel lost his marbles on – it's like his marbles seized up when he's up 21-7. That's the difference between a great coach and a good coach. Spurrier would have never let up. Why did we let up?
No, actually, I did see Spurrier let up when he played Tennessee, and he jumped out to a 35-0 lead in 1996.
Okay, yes, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll
But
give you that one.
35-0 is not 14-0.
Yeah, it made it 35 to 29, I think, that year.
Yeah, it was
that was terrible.
Yeah, it was a misleading score. But I know what you're saying. But also keep in mind that those plays, and Watson addressed this, Watson Brown, when he was on with us, those plays were scripted. He's got a great plan going in. At some point, you gotta get off the script and seeing how the game develops. Also, factor in the fact that Kirby Smart, as bad as his defense looked the other day, is a great defensive coach and a very good strategist and very good at making adjustments. So he's making
Dude, you're
adjustments.
the underdog in that game. Do it. Just keep on. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just you're the underdog. You got nothing to lose. It's just hammer down.
I'll tell you what I found curious, Matt, in that game is that Tennessee chose in the middle third of that game to introduce their freshman wide receivers. I thought that was curious with the success they were having with the veterans, Matt. Your thoughts on that?
Well, Mike Matthews got kind of hurt a little bit there, so they did that. I didn't have a huge problem with that. I just think Georgia made some adjustments, and then Tennessee had to counter those after a series or two. Aguilar had a couple of open receivers that he missed there in the second quarter.
He did.
Tennessee didn't move the ball and score, but it wasn't like I thought they took the foot off. Georgia just adjusted and started taking away all that stuff over the middle. And Tennessee didn't take advantage of that by running the ball. That was a disappointment. They kind of had an opportunity to establish a better run game there in that second quarter and couldn't do it.
And to our caller,
2 points.
Yeah, and
two more things.
Go ahead, yeah.
Boo Carter, maybe at running back, sweep, something. The dude's big. The dude don't care to hit somebody. He's fast. He makes plays.
I just put him in a slot and run him in motion and run a reverse with him. But go ahead.
Aguilar, does he remind you of Baker Mayfield? Underdog, come in, then made all world.
Exactly. I thought about that watching him against Georgia. Because we got to see Baker Mayfield, really his coming out party was when he's down 17 points to Tennessee.
Cape Neyland. The irony is, like Matt just said, the irony is that was the most painful game in Neyland Stadium this side of this one the other day, where you walk out of there going, we did more than enough to win a game. The fan base, that's why it stays with you. So many splash plays, so much great stuff.
Baker Mayfield did it to Houston last night.
And it comes down to
Matt's Texans.
And it comes down to like 3 or 4 plays, you know?
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield made those plays. And if you remember that game, it was 17-0. Tennessee was up.
And to Brian's point.
And he was he did nothing right. I mean, he was struggling terribly. But he doesn't get out of the game, and then he just raises this game when it mattered most.
Baker Mayfield was left for dead, too, when the Browns kind of let him go and let him go to Tampa. You know what's interesting? Because this is one of my lines tomorrow. I think that Jimmy Haslam is going to look at Big Nick's aplomb and the way he's handled Nico's career and give him a spot in their front office in Cleveland.
Roster management.
I mean, the guy, he's a regular like Barry Gordy. I mean, this guy's got the golden. You talk about a guy that just has the gold touch. John, any final thoughts for us here on the way out? And Matt Dixon, thank you for the great contribution over at tclub.team. We have a couple thousand words up there today. Any final thoughts from the panel here?
Well, I don't think the Amalayavas have to worry about Nico playing in the playoffs, and they can look ahead to the NFL. They don't have to worry about
like breaking a deal,
no extra money this year,
making a
yeah.
They can already choose their next team.
He can start getting ready for the Canadian Football League right now.
Hey Matt, when those teams are getting calls from this guy, like his dad's called to Oregon again and all. What do you think these coaches, Matt, are doing when Big Nick calls them now? I mean, can you imagine what those conversations are like?
They're very extremely quick phone calls and a lot of DMs that are left on red.
Can you imagine, John?
Oh, they put their hand over the phone. They turn to the guys in their cohorts in the office and go, "I got a Yabalab on the phone," and everybody busts out.
They're laughing.
Yeah.
If only the dad knew that. It's like
those kind of people don't know that.
No.
They don't read the room well.
No. Any final thoughts, boys? Thank you, guys. Incredible. To my friends at TLD Logistics, thank you. You've sponsored the mayhem. You're responsible for this. Online at tldlogistics.com for all your shipping needs. They've got you covered from post to post, pillar to post, and coast to coast. And if you're a driver and you're looking for an opportunity, they got great opportunities for you at TLD Logistics. Go to tldlogistics.com. Hit them up discreetly. Tell them Basilio sent you. And we love you. I want to thank John Adams, presented by Jennifer Morris. Next move, SmokyMountains.com. I want to thank the great Matt Dixon and also the great Brian Hartman. Tomorrow we're with you. We've got Mark Ingram with us, the AD of UAB, who's made good down at UAB, and a couple other surprises. Cinco will be in the house. We love you. Appreciate you. Peace. And G to the B to the L. It's unbelievable, Andy. Unbelievable. So we're going to run the show back to those that are tuned in and listening to us live. We're going to run it back here. Give me a segunda here. I got to shut everything off. Love you. Appreciate you. Peace. Give a little listen to yesterday's show, just for a segunda.
At W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio welcoming you to another edition, ladies and gentlemen,